I mean, they did not need to add bounce physics to her boobs, so they did that shit on purpose.
I add bounce physics to my Skyrim boobs. The mod specifically, War Maiden. The War Maiden.
Did you exhale like that?
Yeah. Even gives Bertha boobs. She's wearing armor.
Who's Bertha?
The big Bertha.
Big Bertha.
No, in Skyrim, there's no Bertha.
No, there's
Yeah,
not.
there is.
I don't think. I think you downloaded another
Don't
mod.
listen to Dixon, he's a Stormcloak.
I have
So?
400 hours.
Fucking racist.
No, alright.
That's crazy.
They're literally racist, they hate dark elves.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
I didn't know that until he pointed it out.
Crazy,
Yeah, I
bro.
didn't
They
know that
don't
until he
like
pointed that
dark
out.
elves.
Well,
You think you
In a
know
hateful
somebody,
way.
dog?
Nah.
Hold on.
it's sad because the Dark Elves aren't black in that game.
Yeah,
It's the Red Guards.
the red cards there.
Yeah.
Oh, he getting
Get the dogs out.
Yeah. Look at them fishnets.
Is that necessary?
No.
See, now I need to do it.
Yeah,
Did the mic pick it up?
I need another White Claw.
There's no more.
Ah,
You
shit.
can have a twisted tea.
Oh, God, I can't do that. Keep it twisted.
Can you
Or
bring
some
me?
wine.
Can you bring me a twisted tea? There's no more wine.
Is there more on the bar? I thought I had another bottle.
If there's wine, I take wine, but
No.
this is gonna be a good vibe reset. Love it.
We took it to your parents. Your
So
mom.
I said I had to go reset my chakras.
You got a what?
I had to go reset my chakras.
Oh, sugar honey iced tea. We getting lit.
So just wine?
I'm so glad I'm recording all of this.
Or actually, yeah, you're right.
So there was one episode where Clyde said he wanted the start of every episode to feel like somebody's at a party and they just happen to walk into a room. His exact words were, walk into a room full of niggas just talking. My bad, a lot of...
What happened?
Oh, never mind, don't worry.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's fair.
You know, it looked like you just got isekai into like some fantasy realm.
Dog, I was walking around with my brother taking pictures. I was like, dog, I feel like we're not awake right now.
Who cuts all that grass?
They were cutting the grass while we were there.
Who? Elves?
I said elves.
With a mower?
I don't know, the dudes were like in all gray and had bandanas.
Like druids. Yeah.
Druids.
What?
A druidic cult cuts a bunch of grass.
Yeah, lately
Speaking about cult, I want to watch Long Legs.
I've
Is
been
that about
a
it?
nice
Of
fantasy
course it
game.
is.
I think it's about cult, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
That's why I can't wait for Dragon Age.
Spiders?
bro.
Yeah.
Real cult or
I also want to play
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2. But
Yo,
Dragon Age is coming.
You want to talk about a goofy ass game? That's Dragon's Dogma 2.
Listen, I played the first one.
Yeah,
I know.
it was goofy. I got on a lot of stomachs when I was trying to get on backs.
Yo, Jim, I finally beat 2. Goofy.
You get even weirder?
Yes.
That's dumb, I hate that.
Yes.
I
I
honestly.
just wanted to feel like I beat a game. And Dragon's Dogma 1, I did not feel like I beat a game.
Bro, that happens again in this one, and then you realize there's another 5.5 hours of the game left.
I might actually not finish Rebirth and just play Dragon's Dogma 2.
Dog, I got that
Rebirth
shit.
is a good game. It's just.
Just climbing stuff, get to climb stuff.
See, I have that game, and then I looked at Ghost of Tsushima. I was like, it's time.
You gonna play Tsushima?
Oh, I've been playing it.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I love that game. I love that game.
I'm ready for the goofiness.
Joe Rogan thinks that
What's gonna start?
the samurais killed the Mongols.
All
When
at
it's
once?
really the typhoons.
Wait, Joe Rogan thought that the samurais killed the.
Joe Rogan thinks a lot of things.
A lot of.
Yeah, but you'd think he'd know, like, samurai history. He's that kind of douche.
He, you know, he
It's fair.
thinks he's knowledgeable.
Y'all see the response to the new Assassin's Creed game?
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
apparently there's
Like,
like a,
there can't be a black samurai.
He actually
there's
exists.
actually a
Super weird.
real one.
I mean, it does feel a little ham-fisted though. Like, just it happens to be when he's around.
Did you guys see there's a change.org petition in Japan that has 30,000 signatures? They're like, we don't like it. And I'm like, damn.
In
They-
Japan?
Stop, Japan. Come
It's a
on.
Western game. Why do they care?
It could equally be as much about the woman than.
That's true. It is Japan.
It's
I
a
want
woman
them-
and a black man.
They have a
Hold on.
patriarchal
It's
society.
It's two
A little
stories.
bit.
That co-
Yeah.
I want
Oh no.
Assassin's Creed Opium Wars.
The Russo-Japanese War? What do you mean?
No, the Opium
The
Wars
Opium
in
Wars.
China.
Think
That's
that
what I
wild.
want.
But there's no
That's what-
samurai in China.
I don't need. They don't need no samurai.
They want a marketable type of soldier.
Kung Fu folk hero Wong Fei Hung is the market. Do you know how much money they would make?
I don't know.
Once upon a time in
It
China,
would probably
one,
get banned in China. though.
2, and 3.
Imagine a game is so good, China's like, you know what?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You Americans are alright.
And we the heroes. And we the heroes.
Yo, Dixon went from being the quietest person on the podcast ever
Sorry.
to just like.
I
yo,
Oh, don't be sorry.
I-
No, I love
It's
it.
good.
I love it.
I love it.
How about the
Good to
opium
be-
wars?
Opium.
Assassin's Creed
Hashtag
opium
talk
wars.
about
We beat the
the
British.
things Dixon
We beat the
most
French.
passionate
Yo,
about.
I fucking
Right.
love
Oh
this.
yeah, everybody was involved. The West was like ganging up on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We gotta talk about more things Dixon.
Are you
is passionate
recording?
about.
I'm
Yes.
not-
Because this can be a TikTok clip.
Yo, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
The hot take about Joe
How do you feel
Rogan.
about Mists of Pandaria, the
Assassin's
greatest
Creed?
expansion to World of
All the
Warcraft?
No,
Yeah, they're
don't
all
put Joe.
recorded.
Oh, they're
Do
not.
not
They're gonna
bring
think
up
that we
WoW.
talk about Joe.
Fucking
Rogan.
I'm this close
I know.
to playing
But the China
classic.
thing.
We're so close.
Just close.
The next
Good
one is going to be
China
Mists.
I know, and I just.
I'm gonna make that a sound
You're
clip.
gesticulating. You're doing kind of like Donald Trump gesticulations right now.
I can't do
You're
it.
like,
You almost got a similar haircut. And you know what? No,
they
hello and
call
welcome.
him the Chinese Trump.
Well, hello and welcome to episode. I never say the episode numbers, but this is a good one. We made it to episode
Milestone.
Woo!
We made it to double digits.
of Takes, Talks, and Tangents.
I was looking at the drinks a lot.
You can keep looking at those.
You can keep looking at things.
They're not recording you, but
This is all juice.
Hey, Terrence,
Juice.
what?
who were you just talking to?
Oh shit.
James is back for his second guest appearance in a row. James is here. James is great. James didn't get to talk so much on our last episode because he was kind of probably overwhelmed by all of us in the process.
That was good.
But James is going to talk a lot today because we're going to talk a lot about how we all met each other.
Friendship.
I feel like Clyde and Ralph should go first because they met each other first.
That's
You did.
true.
You wanna go?
Alright, it all started in a dark stormy night.
On the dark web.
Hey, you like the hack too? So, it all started freshman year. We were in a Spanish class that was taught by a Polish man,
Mr. Vanderswag.
Dr.
Dr.
Vanderswag.
Vanderswag. Sorry.
No way!
Yeah,
We specified freshman year of?
high school.
Yeah, just because the
okay.
rest of us met in college.
No,
So just
dog.
want to make sure we make that clear.
Alright, just
Hold
to make
on.
it. Yeah, bad.
Hold on. I'm
Vanderswag.
sorry. Yeah, hold on. You had a teacher in high school named Dr. Vanderswag.
Yep.
Yes.
What in the fucking Dr. Robotnik ass name is that, bro?
Wait, how did he have a PhD and he was teaching at the high school level?
That too!
I don't know.
I had a doctor in high school.
He got fired from
Listen,
college.
he was Polish and spoke Spanish.
That means he
And
liked
it
it,
was-
more
it
than
was
anyone
good.
else.
Dr.
He was good.
Vanderswag,
Yeah.
if you're out there, reach out to us. Let us
No.
know why you were teaching high school as a doctor.
No, if you saw this man, bro, dude, he was sus, bro. Sus as fuck.
He always wore a
That's the
suit
last shot.
in a suitcase.
Yo, dude, and he had a baldy. He was like the guy from Hitman.
Ooh. Without the barcode
Oh.
tattoo.
Yeah, without the barcode.
no.
And his head was more of a cone. It wasn't perfectly round.
What's
I
his
remember
name?
that.
Dr. Vanderswag.
Is it a
No,
universal
no.
experience that when everybody went to the
47?
barber, they
Yeah,
were just
Timothy-
like, oh, you want a baldy?
Oliphant.
That happened to me every fucking time.
I've
Like,
never
hey,
heard of this experience.
First of all, that's fucked up.
No, I didn't know.
They were trying to fuck with me, but it's
Yeah.
like, I just want the same haircut I've gotten every time for like 5 years.
So legit.
I said,
He said they were trying to fuck with him.
the barber, every time I went to the barber shop, was like, oh, you want a baldy, right?
Also-
And I was like, why would I want a baldy?
No, Dixon misheard you, and he thought you said they were trying to fuck me because I could tell by
They
the
might
look
have
on
been.
his
They
face.
might have been.
I mean,
I don't know.
barbers do try to fuck you. That's why
Especially
they put their
Clyde.
beef on you.
Yeah, those videos out there are wild now.
Mhm.
It's
They'd
a
be-
position of power.
They'd be pressing up against you.
And I get that.
That's why I have a salonist.
A salonist?
A salon?
Right?
That's
Is
a
that what
word.
they're called?
A stylist?
Hairdresser?
Stylist.
That's
Salon.
A barber?
Yeah.
No, I go to a salon. I know I don't have a barber.
So wouldn't that be a hairstylist, like you said?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You call it whatever you want, you know? Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
She doesn't cut the way my hair. I want my hair to be though.
You should stop.
Why?
lying.
Why doesn't she cut the way you want your
Because
hair?
she said that it doesn't match my face. or
And
the
why
shape
don't
of
you
my
go
head.
to
Why is
someone
that her
else?
choice?
Because people don't know how to cut Asian hair.
Hold
Yep,
on,
that's
hold
what I
on.
was getting at. We talked about this yesterday. People can't cut Asian
Wait,
hair. He said.
what if it's an Asian barber? Still?
Listen, I went to one,
Yes.
Uh-huh. Don't want to.
and he made my hair so uneven.
So I was about to
Really?
say, hold on, we might be onto something here, because who would the Asian barbers learn from, if not the other people who don't know how to cut Asian people's hair? So it's just a vicious cycle, wouldn't it? Like,
Yeah,
be like
yeah.
just a
Damn.
never-ending.
So is it just Asian hair they don't know how to cut? That's my question. Because
It's-
my
I
barber
think-
was a Hispanic man for most of my childhood life,
And
and
they know how
like,
to do it.
Did he stop
I had a
being
Hispanic barber one time.
Yeah,
okay.
he's just
no, I went to a different barber.
Also very.
He was also very religious. His barber shop was called Good News,
Is it?
like at the Bible Good News.
Is it a hair texture thing or is
that
it a face structure
I
thing?
think
We
it's
all
the-
just drew
It's
blanks.
called
the
Good News
head
Barber
shape.
Shop.
Because like
That fucks them up.
It's gone.
because
now.
Central Americans have straight hair.
Yeah.
And like they don't have a problem with that.
But they don't have a flat head.
Oh, a lot of that stuff.
Okay, that's not a
So
racial
it's a
thing,
structure
is it?
thing.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's a structural.
Yeah.
thing, because like the back of my head, a lot of Asian.
I mean, my
It's
hair
very
is
flat.
very similar to
Yeah.
your hair. Like we both have very wiry, like light hair.
But does your hair grow?
Out, yeah, my hair grows out.
Yeah.
Especially right here, it goes.
He gets a
But
fro.
I think,
Like
but
Hank.
the back of your head is not as flat.
The back of my head is ridiculous.
But it's not ridiculous. He said ridiculous.
No, ridiculous.
No,
He said what he said.
Ridiculous.
the back of your head is ridiculous.
No, but I don't think your back of your head is as
The back
flat.
of your
The
head?
back of your head is as flat as
I
mine.
just really started talking
No, I
about
have
hair.
a big head.
But yeah, alright, so back to friendship. So actually,
Dr. Vanderswag, hit us up.
You know,
so it trails back
DM us
longer
on
than
Instagram.
that. So my middle school best friend was his elementary school best friend.
you know, I don't know. I saw him as a best friend. I don't know if he feels the same way. So.
No,
All
yeah,
right.
that same thing.
Let's
That's
reach
why
out.
he's not here. That's not here. Yo, I remember your full name. Yeah, nah.
And
you know
that's
what?
it.
Yeah, 'cause
It's been a long time.
I kind of don't want him to reach out to me. I feel like he has more like.
What if, like,
He
Dr.
has-
Vanderswag is his best friend
Twisted
now?
turns.
But he has a lot going on. At this
Yeah,
point.
like I'm pretty sure he has a kid. He probably has
I
two.
like this
I don't know.
episode.
But anyways, yeah. So it's like he will always talk about Ralph to me. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, what about me? Like, like you don't talk to me about me, bro. Like, what's up?
That's
But
true.
whatever. Then in high school, I met Ralph, and I was like, your friend? He was like, yeah. And I was like, who's my friend? And then we became. It was a kind of a shaky start.
In the beginning, I didn't
Why?
like Clyde.
Who tell us why?
You know, I noticed that's a trend.
Yeah, I didn't like you at first either, but that's a story for,
Yeah.
for a few
That's
minutes.
a trend.
Yeah.
Everyone who becomes my friend does not like me at first.
That's fucking
So why did
crazy,
you
bro.
like Clyde?
Because
I like
okay, so the reason why is because I will sit with somebody else. We had a mutual friend,
Yeah.
Shaheem, and we sat together. But you were in the back just joking around.
Oh yeah, I was in the back of class.
And he was a different guy back then. You were your squeaky self in the back.
Oh, I didn't hit my growth spurt yet.
So
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, yo, this guy needs to shut the hell
Yes, I
up.
was short.
Clyde is now 6'5".
I had an afro, and it was just,
You're like, hey,
Yep.
you, guy in the front.
I mean, he didn't sound that squeaky, but he will make his
It-
voice
no,
like
it
that.
was like high pitched.
It was, but you would do this thing where you made your voice even squeakier
Yeah.
just to like irk
Yeah.
me.
And I would always get in trouble, and I'm like, how you know it was me?
Because you're the only one that did the voice.
And like we made like a very inappropriate insider about Mr. Vanderswag, Dr. Vanderswag.
We did?
Remember?
Oh, well, we don't.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, we were just like,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, but that's different.
Yo, I'm gonna be bleeping shit left
That's
and
fine.
right.
we were stupid freshman kids from high school.
now
Yeah.
what class was it?
Spanish.
Spanish? Okay.
Yeah.
Spanish taught by a Polishman.
I mean, listen.
And I think we didn't truly become friends until like the year after.
Probably further than that, like junior year.
Yeah, nah.
Well, we were friends by sophomore year, but juniors when we got close because
Yeah.
we ended up in the same classes.
Yeah. And remember, we had social studies class. I hate history. He loves history.
Yes.
However, I'm a big distraction to everyone.
I'm aware.
So we'd be in the back of the class. We made a little like episode on our phones called the girls' room.
Oh my
Because we could
God.
both do high pitched voices,
The girls' room.
and we would like make fun of people in the classroom about that.
Like
We're
basically,
learning. You should restart that as a segment on the podcast.
Oh god.
so basically, we would pretend to be like this sort of like
I
valley
would
girls.
actually love that.
Yeah.
We were like valley girls in the bathroom, just always talking
Yo,
shit.
always talking shit, bro.
See, we need to reinvigorate this.
Oh man.
Bring it back.
you know what I'm thinking about? That Omegle clip where there's two guys that dressed up as girls, and they see each other and they kind of know, and then they're just like, "What's up, bro?" and they're like, "Yeah, I knew it was you."
I miss Omegle.
And then
We met Danish girls,
Dutch.
Dutch girls.
and what kind of solidified the friendship was I was still playing like Nintendo consoles, strictly only Nintendo consoles. And at the time I had the Wii, and Ralph and our mutual friend Shaheem, they both had Xboxes. I had a regular Xbox, but not a 360. So they was like, yo, we're playing Halo. I'm like, the fuck is that? What the fuck's a Halo? And they was like, you gotta play it. So Ralph had a 360 that had the red rings. And he gave it to me. He was like, oh, you could try to figure it out. I was able to fix it to where I could get like 45 minutes of gameplay, and he led me Halo 2. So within those 45 minutes, I would just like jump straight into the game and just play as much as I can before it just cut off. And I was like, this is amazing. I bought my own Xbox, and then it went from us playing all the Halos to playing Call of Duty, which I got banned several times off.
For voice chat, not for cheating.
Exactly. Oh, with a high-pitched voice like that? Holy shit, bro.
Dude, freaking Xbox chats back then were different.
Different breed.
Yeah, dude. Like, today's society would not survive. Not at all, bro.
I remember.
Xbox would have got canceled.
Remember that one kid with the high pitched voice, and I was like, "Oh my god, is that Justin Bieber?"
Oh, we bullied him into quitting the game?
Oh, and he was like, "I'm not Justin Bieber." Oh my god, it's Justin Bieber.
And we were all laugh just at him.
And he quit because I
And
called
then,
Justin Bieber.
And he never played Call of Duty again.
No, I don't think he did.
And then, like, as high school progressed, Ralph started me in more of my classes, and we went to college together, and then that just got
That's just
solidified
history.
everything. Yeah. And now we're friends now. It was like, what?
We met in 07.
Is it math?
This year's gonna be your 17-year anniversary.
No fucking way.
God damn, bro.
Dude, we knew each other for more than half our lives at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. Shit. Friendship.
Yeah, the power of friendship.
Who's next?
Are we going in like chronological order?
Then
we're
it would
going
be James and Trey.
Yeah, it'd be me and Jim.
Yeah, a computer made us roommates.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that's right.
Wait, a computer?
Now,
I don't know.
I doubt they manually did it.
No,
No,
yeah, it was
yeah, imagine.
that woman who pretty much had no brains at all. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Because she spelled my name wrong, so it took us 2 extra hours to move in that one.
TRA.
year.
Yeah.
So,
She spelled your name wrong.
Yeah.
ow.
No
Like
lie?
a, like
Was
a
it no
lunch
lie?
tray. Like a lunch tray.
Oh,
Yeah, like a lunch tray.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's how you spell that.
All right, so
In a way.
but why would someone? Okay,
me and Jim.
That was a year after she'd already known.
Yeah, that was our sophomore year.
that's even okay. So she's dumb. Okay.
That's
she
what I
wasn't
said. She had no
smart.
brains.
No, man.
Alright,
I wasn't trying to be mean. It was just,
freshman year, how'd you meet? Who got to the room first?
Was there a race?
no.
No.
So it was funny. Okay, so I got the email with James's name and contact information. I remember showing it to my mom. And my mom goes, "Oh, I wonder if he's black." And I was just like, "Mom, his name is James Hannafy." She's like, "Yeah, there's a lot of black guys named James." I'm like, "Mom, James Hannafy is the whitest Irish boy name I've ever heard." She's like, "I mean, you're right, but there's a chance." I was like, "Okay." So I think we had texted each other.
Yeah.
Then we friended
Facebook
each other.
Messenger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Sliding those
And I
emails.
remember that what it was on Facebook because that was still back when everybody used Facebook like that. I mean, they still do apparently. I remember I ran over to my mom. I was like, "Say he's white."
Pointing at it.
And that was high school white. That was really bad.
And it's funny too because it was a picture of you at a dance event that you said you had actually met a friend of the show, a friend of us, Aaron Goat.
We're kid.
So you had actually met. Well, I don't know if you met
I didn't
each other.
meet him. He
Yeah,
was there,
you
though.
were just at the same event. So
Yeah.
that was kind of a small world moment.
I was doing these. It's
That
pretty
gets
great.
He
everybody.
was.
Yeah.
He really was.
Vispo?
No,
No. They
We were
were.
at an event with
Yeah.
over 1,000 people at it at the same time.
Yeah, and then they
Oh.
just happened to end up dorming together too. But yeah, we were college roommates. I genuinely don't remember who got to the room first. Do you? I think it was you actually.
I remember the shirt I was wearing, but I don't
Ooh,
remember
what
anything
shirt?
else.
What?
A panda. It had a panda on it.
A panda?
See, now I feel bad because I don't remember a damn thing about what I was wearing when we first met.
I mean,
I don't either. You had.
I remember because we went to a uniform school.
we were. Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
may
we
remember
were.
what they were doing. I was like,
I was
We
there.
were,
I was the fly on the wall.
I remember the first conversation we ever had after our parents finally left after we moved in was you went. So your mom told me you wrote a book. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, that was the first thing. Yep. I do remember that.
But yeah, we got pretty much along from there because after that I was like, so did you ever see the Green Hornet movie? And you're like, I always wanted to, and that was like the first thing we ever did together.
I was one of the few people who've ever said that. So that's pretty.
And I was one of the few people who would actually watch that movie more than once.
Wait.
Yes.
The original or
The Seth Rogen-
Rogen?
yeah.
The only Green Hornet.
Listen, I like that movie still to this day, bro. I don't care.
There was
Anyway,
No, yeah, it was just the Green Hornet with Bruce Lee. And
yeah.
then the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
And then, yeah, we were college roommates all 4 years of college.
First couple of weeks, we lost the remotes and we watched Jersey Shore.
Fuck, I forgot about that. That's right. Our first
It's
week,
great.
our first week in the dorm, we lost the cable remote, and we couldn't figure out how to change the channel. And I didn't have any of my streaming consoles yet, so so we literally just watched MTV, and it was just this
So
Jersey
good.
Shore.
It was great.
Every time somebody came into our room, they were like, "Why are you guys always watching this?" So like, we can't find the remote.
For you, it was
This is all we can watch.
They really
wanna
like Jersey
watch.
Shore.
And it was funny too, because you were like, "Do you even enjoy this?" And I was like, "No, I hate this."
It
No-
reminded you of home.
Well, it was so funny because I would always complain. I was like, "This is why we can't have anybody film in New Jersey anymore because of Chris Christie and how much he hates the show." Yeah,
That was
yeah,
that was
praise
Italian
from
on
New
Italian
Jersey.
violence. And
Yes, I'm from New Jersey. I'm the only one. If you haven't been able to tell from how many times people say, "Hey Trey, you're in Jersey." We got along very well. We were actually the only people from our freshman year who stayed together all 4 years in the
Yeah.
dorm.
That's an achievement.
Oh shit, yeah.
Just cuddling with Charmander.
Oh, that was
Um,
mostly me.
But yeah, we had a second. I don't know, that was weird. We had another roommate, Thomas. Shout out to homie
Yeah,
Thomas.
towards the end, right?
Yeah,
Last
for
2
the last
years,
2 years we
The
were there.
runner.
Fantastic
Runs
human
cross
being,
country.
Thomas. But
He's
yeah.
cross country with me.
And then how me and James met also kind of overlaps with how me and James met Dixon.
Yeah.
Because the three of us were in the same history class. Terrence, you were in that class too, weren't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think we met till like a few months into the school year though.
Probably not. I'm not good at talking to people when I first meet them, so I usually stay
Yeah,
quiet
you were
and
very
say
quiet
nothing.
when I met you.
Yeah, it's stark contrast to how much I talk on the podcast. That's because I'm looking at a microphone and not another human being. Social skills are hard, you know?
Yeah, it is.
You know,
Facts.
I actually, the first person I met here was actually Ralph.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We-
all right. So let's go to that.
But you probably remember more than I do, though.
Yeah, so we were at orientation.
Yeah, that's how we met, right?
Yes, we were at orientation, and I was like, I want to be a history major, and then they put all the majors together.
We were both history majors.
Yes. And that's when I met Ralph.
What'd you say to him?
Do you like anime?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then he was
It's on brand.
He was like, yeah, what are you watching? And then I was like, oh yeah, Naruto, Bleach,
I was watching Bleach at the time.
all the big threes, you know,
The big threes at the time.
the big threes of the time. And I was like, I just finished Naruto because Naruto. Well, I didn't finish, but we're in like
Naruto's still going.
what? That was the third war, I think. Yeah, that was the start of the third war. So, then we went to meet our guidance counselor. Oh well, not our, what. We would,
Academic advisor.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
academic advisor.
I remember.
Did we have the same
Just got the
name?
words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Danny.
It was Danny.
Danny.
Yeah. We didn't
The
have
Hobie.
Professor Danny.
The Hobie.
Damn,
We should get
Danny.
our podcast to Danny.
Philip Danny.
I
What's
just
up,
want
dog?
you to know, if you have been wondering for years, Professor Danny, who wrote in the review of you in the year 2011? No. Yes.
Yes.
First semester, 2011. Who wrote the review that said Professor Danny is a god among men? It was I, Terrence Gorman. You're welcome. And there you go. I've solved the mystery for you.
The God amongst men.
Yeah. How many, do you remember we were also looking up, like, at the time, the hot tamales? Was it hot tamales?
Rate my professor?
The Rate My Professor, and they give
And seeing
them
if
hot
they have the
tamales.
chilies, yeah.
Yeah, to see
Professor
if-
Danny should have had a chili. Good looking
No,
guy.
he did.
He's a good looking
He
man.
had 3 chilies.
I don't remember.
Out of 5.
I'm just imagining
Yeah.
Dr. Danny wiping his brow as he listens to this. Like, finally, I know.
He just wipes his board clean.
Just like the strings. Just got the
It's
the
just
red
one big
strings.
picture of Terrence. Just it was him. Just
Yo,
red
we're 9
markers.
years out of college. We're like 10 years out of college.
Don't say that.
And the one that needed most.
Oh,
He has a
God.
fucking huge ass
One
corkboard
decade.
with strings from the last 10 years.
All the students. he
All
ever-
the students.
Including the ones after 2011. He's like, what if they came before? And they knew.
Maybe they're related. There's some connection here.
He definitely didn't like me.
But yeah, no, I met Ralph first. And then after I met Ralph, I met Terrence.
I only remember how I met you and Ralph for the first time, but I remember my first impression of Clyde. So,
Yo, that's crazy.
Favorite.
we
Favorite
before
person.
like it was a different time, but most of our listeners are our same generation, so that's good. Like we had a Facebook group that was like for incoming freshmen to St. Joseph's College, which that's a lot of information, but I just adopts us.
Orientation, baby.
Adopts us all. On that orientation group, there was someone who every single day
Every day.
would post like, I saw this quote by Gandhi today, and it made me think about how excited I am to meet all of you guys.
Words of
Can't
affirmation.
wait to wear in school together. It's gonna be so exciting. And that was Clyde. That person was Clyde.
Yo, I'm not
And
gonna lie to
before
you.
I met Clyde, I was like, who the fuck is this annoying kid who every single fucking day is posting on it? Like, stop it.
Yup.
We get it. You're excited. Please.
Yup.
And at the time, Clyde was different.
I was big difference.
Clyde was very thin. He was not the muscle man that you see
Skinny
before
as
you now.
fuck, bro.
Clyde had a real big afro, like beach ball sized afro. And I was just like, who the fuck is this kid and why is he this excited to go to school?
Yup.
And
Get my education.
that's not why he was excited. He was trying to, get the connections beforehand, if you know what we're saying.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my.
So it kind of ties
Yeah.
into how Trey met me, but like,
Hold on, wait. Because I met Dixon before I met you.
yeah.
Okay, so it was literally the first day of classes. And I remember waking up, looking at my phone. I'm like, oh, fuck, James, we're late.
Yeah, I remember that because we were late.
Yep.
And so we run into class. And Dr. Danny's like cracking up. And I didn't understand why at the time. And it's because it's the first day of classes and the son of Dr. Hannafy is late.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that at the time.
James's dad worked at our school.
It was the beginning of 4 years at this point.
There was another handsome man.
Wait, that began the disappointment?
Oh yeah, not mine.
Oh.
And I remember I sat in front of Dixon. And then Dixon and I later that day we had an English class together. And we just ended up like talking to each other that way. And I don't know if it was the same day. I think it might have actually been the same day when Clyde was introduced to me. Or maybe it was later that week. I was walking to class. I think it was history class. I was walking to history class. And Rose, one of our dorm
Oh, no,
mates.
I met you in the door.
Well, we officially met in the dorms. But the first time we ever actually met was I was walking to class one day. You and Rose were walking to class together. And she goes, Trey. I was like, what's up, Rose? She's like, let me introduce you to my friend Backshot Clyde. I'm like, huh? and it's just Clyde. He has this giant afro. He's like, please don't call me that. Please do not call me that. And she's like, yeah, Trey, this is Backshot Clyde. I'm like, I was like, do you really want me to
That's
call
why
you
Clyde
that?
was posted on the Facebook.
I was like, do you really want me to call you that? You like, please don't. Do not. I was like, okay. I was like, well,
This guy already had a reputation.
I was like, all right, man, it's nice meeting you. I was like, I'll see you later, Rose. She's like, bye, Trey. Come on, Backshot. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
It was like day 5.
Yeah, she had an accent too.
Come on, Backshot.
That was not her accent.
Ohio.
She used to be like, why does everybody make me sound southern?
That wasn't her accent.
It wasn't.
Close enough.
She was from like Cleveland.
Yo, she's gonna block me if she sees this shit, bro.
She like, that's what I sound like to you.
Dolly Parton.
But yeah,
Where were you up to?
me and Dixon,
Yes.
we got along because we would always say just random stupid things that popped into our head. And so, like, James would get James would get the giggles sometimes. And I think that's how we roped you into our stupidity.
Probably.
Because Dixon and I would make each other giggle during class.
Yeah, we went.
And you would try your best not to laugh, which would make who was another one of our classmates try not to laugh, which would make Terrence try not to laugh. Because me and Dixon were literally just saying the dumbest. Like, literally one day, Dixon just sat down and he goes, you know, it's funnier than 24. In my ear, I'm like, Dixon, don't. He goes, 25. And and we both started cracking up.
Oh my god.
So,
We're trying to learn history.
So lame.
Talking about numbers.
So that was me and Dixon.
I want to be friends so bad.
This joke will
Hold
really
on.
seal it.
So this is gonna segue to the 100 Daps situation.
Is this a regular show bit?
No. But,
No, it's an original Dixon.
Yeah.
Original Dixon.
So
GD,
after
baby.
our history class, we went to what we call student life, which was the student council of the college, where we had to go get our ID badges to come in to this school. And that's
They'd already
when
let us in without them.
They did because
Yes,
we were
they did.
freshmen. We were freshmen.
They let
so
people.
didn't-
They let
yeah.
people who didn't go to the school in too.
Also,
We'll get to that.
And even
Yeah,
the
we'll get to
photos.
that. But that's when I met James first, and all we talked about at the time, because we were into dance. Well, sorry, break dancing.
Breakdance.
Street dance.
Yeah, street break dancing.
Step up to the streets.
Yep.
Step 1%.
That. Hold on, wait. Before you keep going, Terrence just said "Step Up to the Streets." That was the
Great film.
first movie Jim ever enthusiastically asked me about.
It's a great film.
I will never forget. He was like, "Have you ever seen Step Up 2 or Step Up 3D?" I was like, "I haven't seen either one," and I ended up watching both of them thanks to Jim.
Mustafani?
I actually enjoyed both of them. I'm
So,
not gonna lie. I'm sorry. Continue.
yeah, so because of that, he was just like, the first thing he asked me was like, "Do you dance?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do."
100% on stereotype.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
because ABDC was really big then.
Yeah.
America's Best Dance Crew, great show. And the first thing he asked
Pulled the
me,
acronym out of his ass. He was like, ABC.
Yo.
and he was like, "Do you dance?" I was like, "Yeah, I dance too." And then he was like, "Oh, what can you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I can pop and lock, and I can do the wave, and sometimes I b-boy." And
You
he
said
was
it
like,
with
"Yo,
more
me
confidence
too."
than this.
And then we were in student life. I was like, "Oh, look at this."
I was there for this.
Yes,
I was
you were.
absolutely there for this.
And then you were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, look at that." And then I was like, "Oh shit, man!" And we were dapping the whole time. Every time we did something.
And one of them would do a dance move and then dab each other. Yeah, I remember every single time.
I craved community.
Oh my god!
I have hobbies.
You know,
and
we
I
all
want
still do.
people, who enjoy my hobbies.
Yeah, and I was like, "Look, I can see walk."
I don't remember that specifically.
And then you're
But
like,
yes.
"Yo,
Don't do
Oh
that.
my
Don't
gosh!
do
I,
that.
I could not see walk. I still don't know how. My footwork is terrible.
Oh,
Dog, I forgot about that, and I was just like,
you were,
y'all
you
are
were
really.
just standing there.
I was
in the
just standing there. I'm
back
like, y'all are
watching.
really just doing this. All right,
So was Phil.
all right. Yeah.
So was Phil.
Oh,
We
shout
both
out,
had
my
a friend
Phil.
standing there confused. Yeah.
shout out, Phil.
Asians unite.
Oh, Big Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Phil.
He just got married. Congratulations.
Oh.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats, Phil.
Congratulations,
Getting
Phil.
married and starting a new sunglasses business.
Nice.
Oh.
I think he has
Dope.
47 businesses, and good
He,
for him.
he has a lot.
Yo,
That's a lot of income.
endorse us.
Phil is our first sponsor.
That's it.
But
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember meeting Dixon.
The first time I met Trey.
Wow.
Terrence.
Alright, this has been a thing for fucking, like,
Ever.
13 years now. That
just
people
T words.
confuse me and Trey because both of our names start with a T.
T.
We do not look alike.
You guys are both.
We have a slightly different skin tone.
You're both-
Trey is like 5 inches taller than me. I am like 10 inches wider than Trey.
in both directions.
We're not the same.
We're not the same.
Hey yo.
But the first time I met Dixon was one of our friends introduced us. Trey mentioned her before. So she introduced me to Dixon, and at the time, like
I'll bleep it out.
him and her were snapping each other with rubber bands. Was how I met Dixon.
We were all so stupid.
Why were we allowed to
So
have rubber
I walked
bands?
into the room, and just her and Dixon are sitting there, just fucking snapping rubber bands on each other.
Oh.
And I was like, "Why? What's happening?" And then they started snapping me with rubber bands.
I forgot.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, it hurt a little bit, and I was kind of sad about it. But
But do you remember
It
what
was
the
a
first
form of
thing I
bullying,
said to you?
That shit hurt.
I don't
bro.
remember the first thing you said
The first
to
thing
me.
I said to you is, "That's a great beard. You remind me of Thor."
I didn't have a good beard.
Snap.
In clear, like
Yes.
my beard now. Imagine this, but somehow less full and only on the neck.
I remember.
So it wasn't a good beard. but it was better than Dixon could grow at the time, and also now.
I couldn't grow it.
Uh,
I couldn't grow
Bless you.
anything.
But yeah, Dixon and our friend Shannon were snapping each other with rubber bands and being playful, and I crashed the party. Because I only had like 2 friends at that time. I knew 2 people. I knew one person before he went to college, who also went there, and then I knew this mutual friend through that friend, and so I was like, ooh, a person I know. I can sit with them.
Yes.
And for I am shy when you first meet me. Surprise.
Very shy.
But that's how I met Dixon. I remember how I met James, which coincidentally also in Spanish class, much like Clyde and Ralph.
Senorita Dombrowski.
Dr.
Yeah.
Vanderswag.
So we were also taught Spanish by a white person
Dr.
in
Vanderswag.
college.
Dombrowski.
Yeah, and one of the things we had to do,
Alias.
because it was intermediate Spanish, because I had taken Spanish in high school, and I assumed so had James. So
I
it
assumed
was,
I had too.
it was not
Apparently I
beginner
had not
Spanish, it was
taken-
intermediate Spanish. So she asked us as an icebreaker to like walk around the room and not introduce ourselves, but say something to someone else in the room in Spanish. And I don't remember what I said, but I remember James said that I have a red bicycle in Spanish to me, and that was how I met
You're
James.
not
for the
saying in
first time.
Spanish right now
Because I don't know. I remember Bicicleta Roja. That's all I got of this.
That's probably all I said.
That might have been, yeah. Just
You
red
filled
bike.
in the blanks. Yeah.
But that is how I met James for the first. I don't remember what I said though. I feel like I probably just said I like bicycles or something like that.
Well, that would have been a common interest. Yeah.
Yep.
That
So
would have been a
that's how I
conversation.
met James in Spanish class. We had to speak Spanish to each other.
Some would argue we didn't.
We definitely didn't speak correct Spanish to
No.
each other, but we tried. We did our best, and we came out on the other side alive.
I got
I
a D in that place.
I failed Spanish twice
Nice.
in college.
I met Terrence while me and James were hiding from Dr. Daney because we didn't do a paper for his class.
That was a pattern.
And I
for
remember
me.
the first thing Terrence said to me was, "Were you guys hiding down here from Dr. Daney?" And we were like, "Yes, we were."
And who did we see not 10 minutes later
Dr.
walk into
Dave.
the cafeteria?
Yeah, yeah,
And he waved and said, "Hi, Trey and James." And we're like, "Hi, Dr. Daney."
yeah.
We went to a small school
Very
Very
small.
small.
that somehow had people coming from other countries to go there, which was weird.
Makes no sense.
Wild.
It's not even that big of a
I'm
deal.
not sure if I remember how I met Ralph.
I don't either. I feel like Ralph is just like
Well, hold on.
Oh, no!
Mysterious.
I remember how I met Ralph.
You do? I don't remember how I met you.
So, I was chilling at the dorms one night, right? And James calls me. He's like, "Hey Trey, is it okay if like some people stay the night?" I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." He's like, "Okay,
Because
cool."
we have to do the
The
whole
sign-in,
sign-in
yeah,
per
yeah, yeah.
person.
And,
Oh.
and James just goes, "Yeah, it's only gonna be like 1 or 2 people." I was like, "Okay, that's fine. Just call me when you get here." 2 hours go by, and James is like, "Hey, we're here." I was like, "Okay." It's like 12:25 a.m. I'm like, "Okay." And so I go downstairs, and there's 5 people with James. I'm like, "James." He's like, "Trey, I'm so sorry. I didn't know there were gonna be this so many people. I'm so sorry." I'm like, "James,
Tracks, yeah.
we have a dorm room, not an apartment."
Although your dorm rooms were like old hotel rooms.
Yes.
So they were slightly bigger, I feel like, than your average dorm. Like
Not-
very
not
slightly
the
bigger.
first year, though.
I mean, they had their own bathroom at least.
Not those first 2 years.
The
bro.
first few years.
Yeah.
Hard.
You had your own bathroom. That's more than a lot of
Yes.
people at
Yes.
dorms get.
I think I moved to a nice area towards the end.
But it was a gang of people. It was
Fucking doxing people.
Bleep all these
oh
out.
yeah. Ralph, Clyde, but you were being signed in by Bleep.
Redacted for personal reasons.
For backshot reasons.
And one other person I can't remember. And so I was like,
Honestly.
"Yep, it was." Thank you.
Oh, no, Lola lived there.
Oh.
I don't
Bleep.
remember
Bleep.
Yeah, it was Bleep.
It was bleep.
Bleeping.
And so, as soon as everybody got up to the room, I was like, "All right, you're sleeping there, you're sleeping there, you're sleeping there, you're sharing the bed with me." And it was Ralph. I didn't know Ralph, and we shared a bed together.
that. I don't remember none of
And
that.
that's how I met
I
Ralph.
so vaguely remember this. What were we doing at 12 o'clock at night?
Dog, I don't know what the fuck y'all were doing, but I was like, it is damn near 2 in the morning by the time we got everybody
Well,
settled in.
I apologize. I was a dummy
That's fine.
because I would not do that today.
I mean, I didn't like Clyde because I didn't like a lot of the people that Clyde hung
Hold on,
out
hold
with.
on.
Some of the people who just got bleeped, I was not a fan of, so I didn't really start hanging out with like Clyde and
I
Ralph
don't know how to
until,
choose people.
like the middle of our sophomore year, because then they started to distance themselves from the bleeps.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of not knowing how to choose people.
Yeah, I did bring 5 strangers up to our room. I don't know what to tell you.
But not only that, bro. We gotta talk about
Gonna be honest, I don't know who that is.
I know
Yeah.
these two remember.
I remember.
I got
So,
in trouble for no reason.
Oh, I remember.
uh-huh.
What?
Yo, the
Yes.
biggest narc on
Yeah,
campus.
Okay,
she
bro.
hold
left
on.
school because yeah.
Okay,
The
so
entire-
She fucking left the school.
Who's that?
okay, so our
Oh my
freshman
God,
That's a
year.
lot of
Oh.
fucking
Yeah.
You definitely have to
short.
believe that, man.
So our freshman year, one of the people at the dorms with me and James, her name was
Like
Bleep, and Bleep. I was like literally the only person who was like, nah, something ain't right with her. I remember I talked to James about it. I was like, James, I know everybody thinks she's nice and likes her. Something's wrong about her,
Was she
dog.
from the Midwest?
She was from.
Oh, well, yeah.
And
Oh.
you were like, Trey, what are you talking about? She's like super sweet. Everybody likes her. I was like, nah, bro. Something in my gut's telling me something's not right with her.
Nah, I tried to shoot my shot for her. She denied that shit. First,
She said no back shots.
I was like, hey, walked away. I'm like, bro, what's good with you? Like,
So the pro, she's like, nope, not
So,
doing that.
bro.
To
Yo,
be fair,
everybody
she
did that.
was
Terrence
courting
did
another
that.
person.
All everybody
I
else
didn't
did
do it
that.
because of the fro.
Nah, he saw the
You
fro.
know
He
who
was like, nah,
didn't do that?
Dixon.
Me. And you know
Dixon's
why?
hand.
Why? Because Ralph introduced me to Clyde.
Yes.
And we were at the computer banks.
Oh my god, and he
Oh,
thought our friendship ended.
How many deaths did you and Clyde have?
Yeah, remember we started like fake arguing,
Yeah.
and then you walked away, and he was just sitting there like,
What the?
did I just witness a
met
friendship
him.
end? Like,
I was like, holy shit.
But what happened with Bleep?
So, one night at the dorms, there was a party as
it was a big ass party.
was common for the dorms.
Yo, like 5 rooms
Was
were
she
having the
alright?
same party, bro.
No,
no.
no, dog,
Wow.
no, dog, no. Okay,
remember that
so what
shit,
I
bro.
ended up finding out what actually happened was this dude that she had a crush on
Wow.
had a party and didn't invite her, and she walked in on him making out with somebody else, and she snitched. And that's why she snitched. And
She was bringing everybody down.
dog. When I tell you everybody, I mean everybody on our floor had to go to sensitivity training, bro. I was like, I wasn't even there.
Ralph got banned from the doors.
Yo!
bro.
I wasn't, and I remember I was talking so much shit as we were walking into sensitivity training. I was like, I told all you motherfuckers not to talk to her. She was bad. I told all of you. And James was just like, yo. Trey's
That
right.
was the night we had the lemon party in your room.
Yep.
Yes.
Hold on.
Were we all dressed like lemons?
That's right, because
cold.
you're like, nah, bro, I had to. You were like, I had to leave that party. I remember that. You were like, nah, bro, I gotta hide in here. I was like, I'm just playing Mass Effect.
Yo,
You want
bro,
to chill in
and we
here?
were just chilling in there.
So
bro.
I hid in your room,
Still don't remember
ran away, and I was like, I'm gonna go get him.
Yup.
He
No,
went
I
into
don't
that
remember.
room.
Never
I
mind.
went in there, and then that's when she had to record all of us, and I'm like, wrong place.
Yo,
I forgot
she
she did
recorded
that.
all
this. I don't remember this.
She stood up on a chair.
She had a body cam.
Cause she was like 5 feet. She stood on a chair, held her this, and I was like,
Yo.
that looks weird. And then I left, and then I got in trouble, and I was like, what did I do?
Yo, bro, she's a narc. That's
Because
crazy.
someone rejected her.
Yes.
That is
Not to
But
her
anyway,
face.
she got bullied
He was
so
like-
hard that she left the school. So
He
she
was the
got what was
coolest guy
coming.
on campus, though. He was
Who
the
was-
coolest guy on campus.
Well, he was mean, but
You
yes.
can bleep it. Who's
Yeah.
he was.
Oh,
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 never mind. No, I thought this was an
no.
entirely different person.
It was cool. I mean, no.
He was cool with me. He was
But
probably
you know
cool with
what's
me.
messed
No, I
up?
liked him a lot. He was
Gonna
great.
be.
Yeah, no, I
You know
liked
what's
him.
messed up? Me, I got probation. They made me do community service
What?
in East New York. Me and the baseball team.
What are you talking about?
So me and the baseball team, a bunch of white dudes in East New York, just doing food drive shit. You know, you're like,
What the fuck did this? Wait, why did this happen to you?
because I was in the room where
No,
it
but
happened.
how could they make
All right,
you do
Hamilton.
this?
I literally went into like the office. And I was like, wrong place, wrong time.
How'd they even get your name? I don't even understand.
Because I was on
this.
camera.
I just. How do they?
Yo, she really said, "That's my man," and snapped. Nah, that. Hey, listen. She ended up being on. She's fine, I guess.
Long story short, don't go to.
It's a
That's
lot
what
of
we learned from
mess.
that, right?
And then something else
Yeah.
happened. There's something else happened where there was somebody else where I was like, I don't know about that person, James. And you're like, Trey, you're just being paranoid. And then something happened, and you're like, anytime you tell me that you have a feeling about somebody, tell me. I was like, okay.
I feel like that's the same thing that I did all through college, because everyone would introduce me to people, and I'd be like, that person's a dick. And they'd be like, no, they're fine. And then 2 months later, they do something
Well,
dickish,
I feel like
and
that
I'd
was
be
a
like,
lot of our conversations too. You'd be like, Trey, what are people like that person? I'm like, I don't know. Because I would always agree with you. I'm like, I don't see it either, but I don't know.
A lot of people at our school suck.
I liked a lot of them.
I
They were nice to
didn't
me.
like most
There
of
was-
them. I feel like our
That's
group
fine.
of friends was like the people who didn't have anywhere else to fit in.
Yo, we were wild.
Because like
such a bizarre
it was so
group of people.
cliquey. Like you had the athletes, you had like the kids who played Magic in the
Portrait Vanguard.
cafeteria.
I did that.
But you dabbled
No,
with them.
you weren't with them then.
Oh, you're talking about... Dog,
No,
you're
because I
talking
couldn't
about...
beat him.
You're talking about me with the bottle glasses.
With the long ponytail.
Dog,
Lost
I
every
forgot
match of
about
Court
them
by Vanguard.
dudes.
Great memory.
I forgot about one of
Ooh.
them, like, made up a whole fictional story for one of his classes about his girlfriend that didn't exist, and everybody
Oh.
knew she didn't exist, but he, like, kept going with it.
Was
Oh,
that-
no.
No,
He did that in college. Huh?
Yes!
Wow.
that's
What's
powerful.
his name? Patrick.
I mean,
powerful.
like
It's
I did that when I was like
Yeah.
in the first grade.
Because
I was
everyone
like, yeah,
has to
she's
listen
out
to
of
you.
town.
But like our
She
school had
goes
so
to a
many
different
cliques,
school.
and then I feel like our group of friends was the people who just had no clique.
Oh yeah, we did.
Except the clique we were in.
But like it
Together.
wasn't like there was no defining characteristic that united us
We
all like there
accepted
was with so many
everyone.
other people.
I was a social butterfly.
I mean, we did play
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh in
We
the
talked a
library,
lot.
but,
I did.
See, the thing is, I don't know if me and James can't really say we weren't in a clique, because we were still with the
but
dorm
you had the
people.
dorm clique. But
Yeah.
like I mean, like our group because a lot of the dorm people weren't like fully.
That's true, because even us, there were factions in the dorms, actually. I'm not,
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah, I
not gonna
noticed
lie.
that.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
They had wars.
Yeah.
The dorm wars. of 2000.
Everyone wore iPad cams.
11.
Some more than that.
Everybody was horny in the dorms. That was the
I
thing.
mean, Clyde especially.
I was told that.
I
a
was.
lot.
I was just dead.
Your nickname was Backshop.
Yo, you know what I
For like
remember?
1 year.
You know what I
Every
remember?
word
Do you
one.
remember?
Great kid. Yeah.
I remember drunkenly knocking on our door one night. He's like, "Trey, you were right about man." I was like, "Oh, man, you're
What a
taking this
strong
hard, dog."
Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Yes!
I loved him. What a beautiful man. Appreciated living on Long Island. The only person I've ever met to do so.
Do we want to? Do we want to talk about that one night where Dixon ran away?
What?
I mean, that night was loaded with a lot
That's
of
a
shit.
lot of
bro.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's where I
We don't
parked
have
today.
to.
No,
we had
we
a
can
guy
talk
with a
about
heart
it.
condition.
Oh.
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
Who? When?
What?
Wait, were we talking about the scene running away?
No, bro. What?
No.
What?
What?
were we talking about?
When you ran away.
Yeah.
When you got drunk as fuck and ran away from us.
You
Yeah,
went-
yeah.
Is it when you
When
were
Trey was sick, so we couldn't tell anyone, and he was the only one that saw it.
I literally didn't have a voice to say anything.
Yeah, no. There's a guy with a heart condition.
Who?
He was on the soccer team.
He was there.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't remember his name. Spike.
Anyway, we had it.
Oh,
yes.
Oh yes, he died.
No,
from
not
it. Oh,
Oh,
he
never
did
had
die
a
from
heart
it.
condition.
oh yeah. He wasn't. No,
Previously.
No,
yeah, he had a heart
Yeah.
condition, but he was never had a heart.
No, he was
condition.
never
He's got a
had.
kid
No,
now.
he wasn't there.
No, it was.
How many
sure he hated
people
me.
had heart conditions?
At least two.
It's a bunch.
He
bro.
fell down the stairs.
because of his
That
heart.
day?
Yeah. I remember I was throwing up.
Damn, we did not give a fuck about him.
I mean,
bro.
we were all.
I was blowing. You brought some cherry beer, some blood cherry beer,
Sounds
and I had like
Wrong of
I
me.
had like four
I mean,
of them.
we got to start at the beginning.
Okay.
Which was we had
it
a
was
friend
somebody's birthday.
in college who had his own apartment.
Yes.
His name was.
Oh, we can say his name because it's not real.
Yeah,
Sure, his name was Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah, we can say
We
his name.
called
It's not
him
real.
by what country he was from because
Yes.
he came to our school from the country of Morocco for some reason.
Yep.
He also
Um,
didn't like his first name.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's very common.
Damn, I never knew his
Um,
real name. Then that's crazy.
His name is.
Bleep.
Well, you can bleep it.
it's the most popular name in the
Yeah.
in the world.
But he didn't like it. He didn't like
But
it.
anyway, we were at his apartment
Oh,
for
shit,
someone's
I'm
birthday. I don't even
Oh
remember
shit,
who.
you're bleeding.
Oh shit,
Oh shit,
you're
he's bleeding.
Who's
that
Pokemon?
It's a walk. That is very random.
That's a perfect way to come back into the episode. Thank
Yes.
So yeah, we were at this friend's house. He was 21, so he bought our alcohol.
you. Yeah, we
Um,
were not.
And no illegal drinking. So Dixon got fucking absolutely just obliterated.
Hold on, wait. I want to talk about
Yes,
the
go
blood
ahead.
cherry
Yeah.
beer that we got from James.
Why was this the biggest memory?
Wait.
Because-
Okay, hold on. No, it wasn't. I remember this now. Me and you didn't want to drink, so we went and got soda. You got birch beer. I got black cherry soda. That's what you're combining the two.
I drank them both together
Yes, you did.
after
Were they
I had my
alcoholic?
drinks.
No.
No,
But
no,
I was already
not a
drunk.
Oh, so you threw up red.
I threw up red and I was like, I'm throwing up blood.
And then James was like, "No, you dumbass! It's the red soda you chugged."
But anyway, it was a very small apartment, so we frequently like walked downstairs and went outside because it was a studio apartment.
Hold on, wait. we're forgetting it one minor detail. This apartment was so small, we kept accidentally turning on the stove and making gas leak into the
Well,
apartment.
yeah, it was a very small
Yeah,
apartment.
we were
Like-
high
Like, honestly, it was not much bigger than this room, with a bathroom.
in a full
But anyway,
clean bed.
So our friend who was going to school to be a doctor, who now has one doctorate and is getting a second doctorate, told this drunk-ass motherfucker over here, Dixon 10, that if he started to run, he would metabolize the alcohol faster because he was moving, and he would get sober sooner.
This guy's
So
a doctor.
Dixon took him at his word and just started sprinting.
It was the
And
dead
no
of
one
winter.
saw him because we were all drunk and not paying attention except for Trey. And Trey was sick. And Trey lost his voice. So Trey, would you like to describe what was going through your head in that moment?
Alright, so I was
I
literally
No.
like standing there
I had a
waving my hands.
It wasn't that cold out.
I feel like there was snow.
Nope.
No.
No.
It was November,
Yeah.
October.
There was no snow.
It was somebody's birthday.
It was October because
It
I
might
had
have
just
been
come
March.
back from New York
Morocco's?
Comic Con that day.
There were a lot of jack-o'-lanterns.
Yes.
I remember that.
It was
yes.
October.
Alright, so,
So I'm literally standing there watching Dixon run away. I'm turning. So I run over to the first person I can get to, which is somebody no one ever remembers. And I literally
I remember Lola.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
literally slap him as hard as I can. He's like, "What?" And I point like this, and he goes, "Oh shit!" And he immediately sprints after Dixon, and James is like, "What's happening?" And I run over to everybody else. And I start slapping people's arms. And I just go, "Dixon's running away!" And everyone's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And so I think Morocco ends up running after,
Yeah.
and then ends up trying to drive everybody who's too drunk to go to hookah home while everybody walks to hookah.
Because there was a hookah bar like 10 blocks away, which we figured out was where Dixon was running to. Because he wanted to smoke hookah.
The beacon.
I also, that night, 10 blocks, 7 minutes.
Yes, he did.
I was a fucking Olympic sprinter.
So I just see this like Asian guy just running down the street at midnight or something.
I don't
There's
even think they
probably
saw him
literally-
running, bro. They felt him running.
That was crazy.
They was just like, where did that wind come from?
I love the fact that you're like pissed drunk and you're just in your head. You're just like,
Yeah. No, because I remember looking down. It was
One block?
it was like 10:53, and then the moment I got to David's, it was 11 o'clock, and I was like, "Holy shit! I did 7 minutes on 10
And
blocks."
then, the funniest part of that is that when you got to this hookah bar, you were so drunk that he wouldn't let you
yeah.
in.
Incredible.
He was like, "Come on, look, I can't."
And this was
That's what
a
he
this was a
said.
place that we frequented, so this is a guy who knows Dixon who's like, dude, you can't come in like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he stopped me at the door. He's like, "Come on, look at you," and I was like, "Okay."
I mean, at least it was like some rando trying to get in.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He said, "Look at you." Damn.
And
Damn.
for those of you who don't know Dixon, when he drinks, he turns beet red.
Yeah, like right now.
I mean,
Am
the
I
blood
right?
doesn't
I
count.
mean, you're soft pink right now.
Yeah, you're not
I'm pacing
full on red
myself.
Dixon.
You're at.
You're
But-
drinking wine.
You're
Yeah,
at
he
Jigglypuff,
fucking this
not
man just
Charmander.
ran away from us. And I remember, was that the same night that when was driving everyone home, I remember Tommy was sticking his head out of her window and throwing up out the window as she
probably
was
true.
driving away.
No, I think that was a different night.
Oh, I remember that night.
I do remember that was the same night.
That's
though.
because we stayed at Dixon's that night.
Yeah.
We
That
stayed
was
at
that was
Dixon's.
the same night when Dixon was so drunk he started crying. This
What was I crying
this is so
about?
funny. Dixon was crying in the back of Bleep's car because your best friend cheated. Was the one who cheated on your girlfriend at the time.
2
No,
years
my
ago.
girlfriend
2 years
cheated.
ago.
Yeah.
2 years
My
ago.
girlfriend
Not at the
cheated.
time. It was 2
Oh,
years
yeah, it's
ago.
2 that's
my
right, it's 2 years
ex-girlfriend. I was
Yeah.
talking about my ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
She cheated.
Also
on,
named Bleep.
Yeah.
Not the same.
She cheated on me with my best friend.
No, hold on. I remember that now because me and Dixon started saying you could never trust and we started calling people that we didn't like.
Yes, we don't like.
Don't bleep that. But yeah, he was crying in the back of the car because his ex-girlfriend cheated on him with one of his best friends in high school.
Yeah, and so he got.
not
I
great.
remember, I never forget this. Dixon was like literally going through it crying, and he goes, "He was my best friend, and he was Korean." And I was just like, Dixon, what does that have to do with anything?
And to this day, Dixon hates Korean people because of this.
But I just remember asking him, like, Dixon, what does that have to do with anything? He goes, because he was my best friend and he's Korean. I'm like,
Just trying to set the
Okay.
setting, the plot, and the characters.
And then there was that one part in the night where he was talking about how he owed a lot of money to some like Triad loan shark. And I remember I was the one in the front seat. And I kept looking out the side view mirror. I was like, you know, that black car's been following us for like 20 minutes. And this is like, you know, I do owe a lot of people money. I was like, and I remember looking at Shannon. She's like, Trey, that car really has been following us. I was like, hey Dixon, how much money? He's like, oh Trey. I was like, oh no. Oh no. That was a wild night. That was a wild night.
You talking about my gambling addiction?
You were like, what, 19, 20 at the time?
Yeah.
Who let you gamble? Who gave you a line of credit?
Nobody. I had my own money.
God
that
damn.
I borrowed money.
It was a settlement from the Koreans.
Yeah.
How are we alive?
That's a
don't
good
know.
question. We did a lot of stupid shit,
Perfectly fine.
but we got it all out of our systems when we were young, and now we're cool. We're chilling.
relaxed.
Dude, give me a glass of wine and I'm good for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Relaxed.
Yeah, because like I can't imagine doing any of that now. I would be so
No.
tired. Like after 1 hour, I'd be like, I want to go home. Please.
Hold on.
It has
Hold
to
on.
be like a wedding.
Back to the gambling thing. I remember one time I was sitting in the library and I was like, I owe so much money.
Yes, I remember that.
yeah.
I remember that.
We had a. I wouldn't. Well, I guess he is a mutual friend, but bleep.
Bleep Kristen.
Well, look how we say bleep and then still say
Because
this.
we want each other to know who we're talking about.
he comes up to me and is like, "Why are you doing this, man?" And I was like,
Yo.
it's a thrill. It's fun.
It's a
Speaking of that, man, I have never met anyone who was 80% legs and 20% torso before, but my God, this man just looked like you put like a Pringle on a pair of stilts, and that was his body type.
I remember a lot of people called him Wilt, like the dude from Foster's Home.
Oh my
God.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember.
Unfortunate life.
So speaking of gambling addictions,
Wait, Wilt? Or...
Who else had a gambling
Oh, you
addiction?
did. Oh, okay.
Addiction.
so whenever me and
I
Dixon
did, but-
would go to events together at the school, and they had raffles.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I ever did it. I was like, yo, Dixon, I did the raffle. He's like, oh, what is it? What is it? Oh, we're gambling on the raffle? I was like, what? No. I was like, I just want to get the free shit, bro. He's like, bet. And he bought like 3 tickets. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, nah, fuck you, dog.
$10 a ticket.
And so I bought $10 worth more. And Dixon's like, no. So every time there was an event and they had like a raffle, me and Dixon would always like get.
We try to get in.
Yeah, we would try getting it, and we would end up,
Not winning.
yeah,
We
and
never won.
just fueling each other's gambling addictions.
It was one of them was an iPad. I remember.
Yep.
It was like the 3rd gen iPad. And I was
All the
like,
time.
oh shit, I want that.
And then I'll never forget there.
$50 worth of tickets.
Oh, God.
I'll never forget. There was that one time, Gio was with us, and he's like, "You guys actually bet on
Wow.
these?" Yeah, you forgot about him.
You
right?
should have also
Yeah.
bet on the outcome of the raffles. Like, who's gonna win?
We weren't
I'll give you
sophisticated
good odds.
enough to do that yet.
Well, so Gio's like, "Oh, I want to get in on this," and the fucker won. It's the first time he ever did it, and me and Dixon are like, "What the fuck?"
And then they beat the shit out of him.
And then he moved out of the country.
Uh,
No,
I know.
he stays right.
he did get bullied bad though.
This is why I
Who's that
stayed out of the
Pokemon?
drama.
You should change your banding like every 10 minutes. Just do that every 10 minutes.
Well, the next one was gonna be Meowth.
Yeah, it's not as good as Pop.
I don't remember how I met Terrence. I do remember. Alright, so here
Do
it
you?
is,
'Cause
right?
I don't.
Yes, I remember vividly.
It just came back to you in a
Yup, it just clicked, right? So the whole fiasco, because at first I didn't want to go to college. I was like, man, fuck that shit. And everybody was like, you should go to college, do something with yourself. And I was like, alright, whatever, fuck, typical black guy in New York shit.
Not a back shots,
Right?
baby.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go to college. They was like, what college you wanna go to? I don't know, Ralph, where you going? He was like, St. Joseph. I was like, I'm going to St. Joseph. And he was like, God damn it, I was gonna get away from this nigga. I was like, alright, I'm gonna go to Johnson and Wales.
Not what I said.
I was like, I'm gonna go to Johnson and Wales. Got a full ride to Johnson and Wales, not at St. Joe's. Still went to St. Joe's, my best friend. Almost didn't go to St. Joe's because of my ex-girlfriend. But she didn't go, which is amazing, because Ralph went. Anyways, went to St. Joe's. I was happy the whole time. I was like, yo, going to college, my best friend, meet new people. This is a new experience for me, right? Because I used to be gatekeeped in the Bronx. Bronx people do that shit to you. Stay out of the Bronx.
Can't get out.
Damn.
Right? So whatever, I broke out.
Broke out.
Broke out of the Bronx.
Yeah, I broke out of the Bronx. I was like, you know, I'm going to do something in my life. I went to college. That didn't do shit for my life except made me depressed. But whatever.
Hey, and made you in debt.
And made me in debt. You're right. Double depressed. 2 Ds.
It got you all of
No.
that stuff.
There's some D's.
Friendships. DDF. Depression.
Got it.
Okay.
Alright, so anyways, so I go to college. I'm happy. The entire summer, I'm on the Facebook. Just like, yo, I'm so excited to see you guys. I can't wait. And there were people liking it except Terrence.
I was not like
There were people liking it. They were happy. There were a lot of the staff. It wasn't the students. But it's all good.
The fucking orientation team was like, this motherfucker's bringing the hype.
Yup. So I get there, first day, orientation day. Get there, I'm hyped as fuck. I'm going around, everybody that reacted, I'm pulling up on them. So I was like, I remember your face. How you doing? Met a couple of people, they kind of like slowed me down. I was like, you know what? I'm exerting too much energy. This isn't cool. I'm chill. Fine. I'm still hyped. I met Dixon. Dixon sees the hype. He sees I goof around because every time I see him with Ralph, fucking around. Big old smiles on my face all the time. Then I meet Terrence.
Oh, damn.
Did I get rid of the smile?
He brought me down to reality.
Jesus Christ.
He said, get the fuck off that high horse. This is what people really like. I'm like,
Wait, I feel like I need details.
people were shit. I was just like, yo, people are really shit. He's like, yo, don't trust those people around you. I was like, why not? They all did me dirty. And I was like, yo, what? It's
I
crazy.
know things, man.
He was the catalyst of truth. So thank you.
You're welcome. You know, I try.
And I was just like, yo, what about the other people? He's like, nah, they cool. And I'm like, all right, we'll see. They ended up being cool.
And then me and Clyde lived together for like.
We lived together. I was on the streets. Yo,
Ah!
that's the real shit. Yo, that's the real shit. Whoa.
He stayed at your house for a week.
All right. All right, this is what happened, right? All right.
We had the best week of our lives.
All right, look, this is what happened. All right, it's story time. So your boy was on the streets. And I'm in college. I can't live like that. So my boy's like, yo, you got to find a home. And I was like, I can't find a home. The streets is my life. So Dixon was like, you can stay with me, but only for a week. I'm like, my nigga, it's too short. I need, like, life. And Terrence was like, I guess you can stay with me, but you got to wait. You know, you got to fill out this whole, what's this shit? I had to do an interview. Just live on it. He was
You
just
want
like,
to do an interview?
yeah, I had to meet everybody. They was just like, yo.
I mean, I introduced you to my parents. I don't know if that was an interview.
Yeah, it was an interview, right?
I was like, you need someplace to stay for a little while.
And then-
it's been 12 years.
The mom was like, yo, does he sell drugs? No.
She did actually ask that.
Yeah. And she
I
was
want
like,
to clarify. She hadn't met him yet. It's not because Clyde's a black man.
yo.
It's not.
No,
It's got
I just
nothing to
think-
do with skin color.
I just
She
think
was
it's
just
funny
like,
'cause
did
of,
he
like,
sell drugs?
How close they are now. That's.
Yes, my mom loves Clyde.
Oh yeah, you guys.
My mom is Clyde's mom.
I just
Exactly.
can't imagine her asking him that. That's hilarious.
But I think it was more like,
That's why she didn't ask him. She asked Terrence.
was it just like a simple like?
I think it was like he's not gonna sell drugs out of my basement, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
No, I get
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Nah.
A parent would do that.
Yeah.
Nah, so Terrence was like, he came to Dixon's house and he was like, yo, I got a better place for you. And I was like, really? And then moved in.
It's got black mold in it. But,
Exactly. Nah, you know, we shared a room at first, and it was dope. You know, we bonded, we listened to music. He introduced me to some shit. I brought the black out of him, and, you know, friendship happened. And then I was like, all right, my man, I got to grow my wings. I moved to the basement.
It's because my brother came back from college and took the bed that Clyde was sleeping
So I
in.
was like, no, it's because I did that way beforehand.
Did you?
Yes.
I just remember.
For other reasons.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
But,
went to the basement, chilling down there. He's chilling up there. And then he was just like, I'm out. And I was like, I'm gonna chill here though.
I do have one big
It's
memory
vibes.
of me and Clyde living together, which is
A lot of that's in
one. There's a lot of memories, but one specifically, I woke up at like 8, 9 in the morning one time, and I just hear noises, right? And I'm listening for a little while, and I'm like, that sounds familiar. And in his sleep, Clyde was singing "Promiscuous Girl," just like flat out asleep. Because I woke him up and I was like, were you awake just now? And he was like, no. And if you've never seen Clyde wake up, Clyde wakes up like this.
Rose from the dead.
Hasn't taken a breath all night.
Yeah, so Clyde sees Promiscuous Girl in his sleep. If you want to see it, ask him to record himself sleeping so you can watch
Yo,
it.
the thing that makes that funnier is that you still randomly sing parts of that song to this day.
It's a good song.
It's a great song.
I used to level up and WoW to that song.
You know what happened to me, though? You mentioned orientation. The first day of orientation, I came in, I knew... We're going to bleep it anyway, but I'm going to say the name. I knew from high school.
Oh!
And she went to high school with... So I met because they were friends.
I shot my shot with both of them.
Clyde shot a shot with everyone.
Yeah.
But I met her that day for the first time. So the three of us were like talking the whole day because it was like, oh, we latched on to someone we knew. And then drove me home, even though that was the first day I met her, which was very nice.
She drove me here.
But on the first day I met this person, dropped my phone in her car on the way back to my parents' house. And didn't realize until I was in there. So I did not have my phone for a day because I had to figure out how to get in touch with her to be like, I left my phone in your car because I didn't have her phone number or anything. And then she told me the next day that her boyfriend at the time got mad at her because he was like, why do you have another guy's phone in your car? And yeah,
How'd you know it was a guy's phone?
I don't know. I guess
Smell
they
like
looked at
penis?
the picture. It did smell like penis. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes you rub your phone on it.
You have it in your pocket long enough.
That's true.
And you know,
That was
it's
my
to the side.
orientation memory. That and the skit they put on of themselves dancing on the subway. The
What?
orientation team.
I'd blank that out. No.
Yo, the way you said that
They did a
was...
skit at
We're
our
not
orientation.
reminiscing
The
on that.
orientation team was
Oh,
like
God.
them on the subway, and
Come
then
back.
and then Longlegs started dancing.
Party rockers in the house
It
tonight.
was to that song. Yep.
You know who loves that song?
I
And
love
loved
that
that song at the time?
I still
Oh, yeah.
unironically love that song. Party Rock Anthem. That
It
shit
was one
rocks.
of the 3 albums Jim had in our dorm room. It was
Was it Temperature by Sean Paul? Because he has that in his
Sean
car.
Paul's The Trinity. The
Oh,
album.
I'm sorry, that wasn't the album. Yeah.
it was that. It was Party Rock that, and then it was a Mitchell Musso album.
Mitchell
right?
Musso
Yep.
album, yeah.
Yep. See, I remember.
Who the hell is
Convicted
Mitchell
criminal, Mitchell Musso for drunk driving.
Oh, that's right.
Ruined his entire life. Anyway, he was the boy on Hannah Montana. That was the face you should have made.
And he was actually like 20 or 30 because he was. Or no, I'm thinking of the brother.
No, the brother
I'm
was
thinking
older.
of, yeah, I'm thinking of the
They
dude
all
who
got
played the
drunk
brother.
charges at some point, I think.
Um.
It's easy to do when you're drunk and driving.
Oh, I guess a big thing we were leaving out are all the parties we went to at your parents' house that you always throw.
My parents were very understanding people. Once we lost our good friend Bleep, because he graduated a year before us. That's why we stopped having parties at Morocco's and started having parties with my parents, because Morocco was a year ahead of us. He graduated before us.
That's right.
So we had no place to have parties
Oh, he
anymore.
left.
Yeah.
Yo, you made that shit sound so dark, bro.
Yeah.
Dog, I was like, wait, who died?
Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah, I
whoa, what
thought
the
somebody
fuck?
died.
Oh,
He
he
died,
survived
that
that pitbull attack.
He's
I
in
remember.
Ireland now.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
He got attacked by
a
a
lady
pit
was
bull?
getting attacked by a pit bull, and he pulled the dog off the lady, and then it started attacking him.
Yeah, and it bit right into his thigh.
Yeah, he said he had
And
a
then
scar.
he was taking.
cool.
What was he taking?
Some pretty
He was-
heavy.
Yeah, he was
Pain
taking
medication.
something heavy pain,
What?
and then he ended up drinking the same night
Yeah,
when you're not supposed to do
you are
that.
not supposed to. Things got weird.
What?
Yeah.
Things got a little weird.
And he's alive now, so.
He's getting his second doctorate in Ireland.
They let us take out thousands of dollars in
Yeah.
loans.
Yeah.
This is what we were going through, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Private colleges are fun.
I mean, I used to just skip class and sit in the library hoping someone would come in to hang out with.
Yo,
Yeah.
one of my favorite classes was a class T and I had together.
Which one?
I had taken is Bernardin, the music and movies,
Oh.
and homie was on.
Paid for that.
That was my second time. The first time we had it together was my second time taking that class because it was a 2-year class actually because you had to take the first year to get into the second year, but you had taken something else that let you take it.
Yeah. I took a film class in high school.
And so he introduced the class the same way he did the year before when I had it with him. He was like, "Welcome to watching movies for credit." I was like, "Let's go, baby!"
Although I do remember the final for that class. Like, you had to draw out a storyboard for, like, that was not no work, but that was the only thing you had to do for the class.
Is that
Yeah.
open book?
No.
It was
First
just a
one was
project.
I remember one assignment I did for him, which was do all the musical timestamps in a movie.
Oh yeah, it was just tedious, but
Yeah,
it
the
was
so
easiest thing in the
tedious.
world.
It's funny because I asked Jim about him like a year or two ago. Actually, I think I asked Jim about him at y'all's wedding, and and you were like, "Oh yeah, they finally fired him." I was like,
Did
Oh
"Damn!"
yeah, I think they did.
Hold on,
he
hold on,
wasn't
hold on.
doing anything.
Hold on, I
he
have
was just
another
doing his
memory
one
of
class.
him. I was in the class with the baseball team. We were doing like jazz or something.
You did
And-
teach the jazz class.
Yeah, and
They all
then
took his
because
class.
we took the
We-
jazz
Nowhere.
class together.
I think we, yeah,
And
we
then-
did.
he was showing a movie, a jazz movie, and then like the scene ended, and everybody thought, because it was like 45 minutes, right? Everybody thought that the class was over, so everybody got up, and he was like, "Sit back down, you motherfuckers!"
I don't remember
And
this
it was
at
like,
all.
"Class is not fucking over. I hate when you guys do that shit."
Damn.
Yeah, and he was mad, and we all went. We just sat back down.
Bernardin?
Yeah. He
Jesus
said that.
Christ.
I did not know that
Gangster.
man could get angry. To
I
be
mean,
honest
my
with you.
favorite professor
You got
in
it.
college was Professor Rose,
Huh?
who she's an English professor. She
R.I.P.
passed away while we were in college, but
Oh,
she was
vaguely remember
fucking
that.
great. She taught my dad too when he went there.
Oh, I forgot
Which
your
is
dad went to St.
crazy.
Joe's.
I still remember my last class with her. It was fiction writing. Yes, it was fiction writing. And she actually bought us pizza. And she's like, "Yeah, does anybody have feedback or anything?" And Aaron, again, friend of the podcast, Aaron and I were in that class together. And we had her all 4 years. And we were just like, "Yeah, if you guys can take class with Professor Rose, do it. She's genuinely one of the best teachers we've ever had." I told the story of how I'll never forget the lowest grade I ever got on a paper I got from her. She gave me a D plus. I was like, "Nah, fuck that. Before I graduate, I'm getting an A from her." I think I eventually, like, the highest grade I got from her that year was a B plus, but like every year after that, like the lowest thing I ever got from her was like an A minus, because I was like, "Nah, I know I'm writing something for Professor Rose. This shit has to be on point." So she absolutely made me a way better writer. So like I remember it was like a week after I graduated, I found out she passed away. I was like, that fucked me up.
She was the best. But like, I remember one time we were in the cafeteria with, like, I think Liana was there
Yep.
and a couple other people, and she walked past us and stopped to talk to us.
Yep.
I don't remember what we were talking about, but I remember she said to us very distinctly, like, in describing emotion, she was like, "Well, you guys are English majors. You feel things differently than other people." And like, that was one of the first times I felt seen by an adult for feeling big emotions and having big feelings like that.
I remember that because Liana almost started crying.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So she was freaking great, man.
And I didn't even know the phrase emotional intelligence until she wrote on the first paper. I still remember it's the first paper I ever got an A from her on. She wrote very emotionally intelligent. I was like, that's a thing?
She also told us every fucking book boiled down to sex and food. I remember that too.
She did.
And she was an old lady. She was just like, everything's about sex and food, and we were like, what?
Two
feel-
good things.
I do feel bad though. Like, I told her, like, I was like, "Yo, I hate Great Expectations." She's like, "We're gonna read it. I'm gonna make you like it." I'm like, "You're not, but I appreciate the
I
effort."
hated that book.
And I remember by the end of it, she's like, "So Trey, how do you feel about it?" I was like, "I get where you're coming from. I understand it a lot better. I still fucking hate this book."
She was the best though. I remember I was super excited because she was teaching our junior year. She had to leave a little bit for chemo.
I
She
know
was
exactly.
teaching the Bible as literature as
Yep,
a
I know.
class, which is super cool to study the Bible as a fictional text, because that's what it is, instead of a like religious text. And I was so excited to take that class, and then she had to leave. And who did they get to fucking replace her to teach the class? But a theology professor, who at that point that's just teaching the Bible. So I dropped that class because I already had that professor, and I dropped his class the first time because he told me. He yelled at me because I got up to use the bathroom, and he was like, "You have to ask permission." I was like, "My guy, I'm in college. I'm going to the bathroom." So I went to the bathroom, and he yelled at me, so I dropped the class. And I was like, "I'm not fucking dealing with this shit."
Was it a father or something?
No, he was not a priest. He wasn't, but he was a theology professor.
He loved talking about his Japanese wife, which made me uncomfortable.
hmm
No, that's him. That's him.
No,
That's him.
well, he can't be a priest if he's married,
He
dog.
was a dick.
No, yeah.
I
he
hated
wasn't
that
a
man.
He was
priest, but-
deacon.
Yeah, I think he was.
Maybe.
Yeah, because
Was he?
I thought he was a layperson, but
Yeah, I thought so too.
he
pulling out the
I
Catholic
took
language
a-
right there.
psychology class with him. No, a philosophy class with him. And then he made us read this book about fucking a giant rainstorm.
He's
or
not like the
something
homie
that.
Professor Burke.
That was the guy, bro. Burke was the homie.
I never thought
Little
Bert was
white
like,
blonde guy with glasses. Yo,
Oh, man, I thought
and
he
he
was
was
gonna-
low key jacked too.
I thought he was going to kill himself when he was teaching us the trolley thing.
Yo,
Because I think Raul just kept on like, but what if the trolley
Yo.
was in water and we had and there were people here, and we got rid of the other person, and the entire track is gone, and it's a boat now, and we put the boat, and it goes this way around everyone. What about that?
We were all in that class.
Yeah.
All of us.
remember
He
that
could
fucking
not
class.
conceptualize the trolley.
That class, we had to give a presentation at the end of class, and I remember
Oh my
these fucking
God.
chuckle fucks right here, and she was a part of it, but we had to give a presentation, and I got up there to give my fucking presentation. It was like 10 minutes, and all I felt that whole time was my phone just vibrating nonstop in my pocket, and when I sat down. From the 3 of these idiots, I had over 200 text messages in 10 minutes while I was presenting.
Dog!
You know what's
Oh,
crazy?
wait,
That's
wait.
low numbers now.
Yeah.
That's
Hold on.
low numbers.
Hold on.
Crazy.
Wait. Do you remember the start of that class?
Oh god, yeah. I remember there was something, but I forget what it. What did we always yell? We used to yell something.
Suck my wang.
Oh my God.
That's what I used to say.
Dixon used to yell it. Yeah.
Suck my wang.
But yeah,
I think that started the laugh,
Yeah.
and then we started texting about it.
that was not good. That was
Good times. Good times.
Yeah.
sorry for all the bleeps and names, but
Oh, another Professor Rose story was she was teaching the fairy tale class and had to go out for chemo, and we had
hot man Timothy
yeah,
Small,
we had the
the
professor.
hottest professor
Yo,
you will ever
bro,
see in your life.
He was my poetry
That
teacher.
man made eye contact with me, and I think I turned. Like I
Yeah.
questioned my sexuality for
I
the first
invited him
time
to
when
a
he
party.
made eye contact.
Yeah.
Was he a protester?
He was a graduate.
Activist?
He was a graduate student.
He
I
was-
know
yeah.
that. Like he was young, but when I say like the girls in our class used to giggle when he called on them, he was that hot.
Yeah, like it was just like.
It was literally Indiana Jones type shit. Dog.
Yep.
It was
Yeah.
literally Indiana Jones.
Oh,
I invited him to a party that we had. He didn't show up.
Yo,
Ethically,
Good.
That's
He
good.
cried to my poem though.
dang.
Yeah.
I remember too. The first time I had him, he asked me to read a poem, and I read it, and he was like, "That was great. Are you like the poem reader in this class?" And I was like, "My God, what does that mean?" But also, thank you.
No, I remember that because somebody asked, they're like, "Is that a thing?" He's like, "Oh, you guys don't know that? Like, yeah, there are people who study specific ways to read, and that's how calmly he would explain things."
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yo, he was.
"Oh, you could just talk like this forever." Like,
The
I'd
idea
listen.
of a
I was
professor
like,
being
I was like,
"Are
go
you
off,
good at this?"
dog.
Oh shit!
Yo, we would be in his class until like past the fucking period, and we're just
Wasn't
like, oh,
just
shit,
you.
we gotta go, bro.
Every fucking girl in that school was like, "How am I getting Professor Small back to my home today?" And
Like I got an A in his class, and I was just like, bro, I feel
he
like
likes me.
Yeah, I was just like, bro, you my boy. Raul was dumb in his class. But
It's the eye. He made eye contact with you too when he
Yeah,
called
dude.
on you. Like
Yeah,
he
hazel
looked
eyes,
into
too.
your eyes,
I'm like, yo,
and
bro.
I was like,
Yo,
"My
his-
man, if you don't want me to get up here and kiss you, you gotta stop."
his eyes were beautiful, dog.
I was
Uh-huh.
like, yo,
God damn.
Timothy Smalls, I'm gonna find you.
I'm coming for you.
We gonna
He's-
be besties.
He's
bro.
that one listener to the podcast that we don't know. He's
Yeah,
like,
right.
"Oh shit, they
We're
know."
gonna get rid of Ralph. It's gonna be me and you, buddy.
I remember I took a creative writing class with him, and he always tried to make sure like we were not necessarily like kind, but always intentful with our feedback. And he would always say to us, try not to say that you like or don't like. Try a better way to phrase it than that. I was like, oh, okay. And so that definitely made me like completely reapproach the way I just would like phrase the way I criticize things, whether it's a positive criticism or a negative one. Like that definitely stuck with me. And I still remember he had us write like pieces, and then at the end of the semester he gave us like an actual like booklet of everything that we submitted for that booklet.
Yo, he did that for me too.
Yeah, because he's like, this is something I love doing with all of my classes. So yeah, I still have that actually.
Oh God, you guys
I lost
remember the
mine.
blue books that we had to write
Yo,
essays in?
fuck that
Oh,
shit, bro.
That's great. My hand hurts now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You brought it back to me.
Yo,
And it
Remember-
was wide rule?
Carpal tunnel. right
remember
there.
when Terrence and I had to teach you how to write paragraphs?
Yes, because I went to public school and they didn't teach English.
All right, but there are some
Sir.
good public schools.
I mean, I went to public high school too, dog.
Yeah,
No,
To be
but
fair,
you went to
I-
public high school in Jersey.
there are good public high schools in New
Yeah.
York.
Chris Christie was governor of my house. Girls ran out of toilet paper, so they had to walk home to use the bathroom and come back. Yes,
That's
Oh,
wild.
nah.
yes.
That's insane.
Like,
That's-
I also remember proofreading Dixon's entire 25-page thesis about Native Americans.
60.
Oh, it was longer. My bad.
He's like,
So
how
I
dare
had
you?
to proofread his entire fucking, because Dixon comes from a household that doesn't speak English, so like he needed some help on like aspects of grammar and punctuation and shit. So I had to proofread his entire thesis, and I love you, but that shit was boring.
That was. Even for me.
You're forgetting one deep lore story, Jim.
Oh no,
The night you EpiPenned me.
Ooh.
gotta tell that one.
All right, so I quite literally
Oh, yeah.
James saved Trey's life.
would be dead
With a doctor next to me.
if Jim were not. No, the doctor wasn't there yet.
A pre-doctor.
No, they weren't there yet. You had already EpiPenned
The
me,
now
remember?
orthopedist was the one who called
Oh,
that. Yeah.
oh, okay, yes.
Or, I'm sorry.
The RA you're
yeah.
talking. That's what you're talking about. Okay, so here's what happened, right? This was literally the day after that story we just told about Dixon running away. Like this was literally all in the same weekend for me and Jim.
Sheesh.
So,
That's
so
a
like,
tough weekend.
so I said to Jim, I was like, "Yo, you want to just stay in and get Chinese food and watch Saturday Night Live?" He's like, "Absolutely, yeah. That was too much for me last night." I was like, "Bet." And I was like, "You know what? I want to try something new. Never try new things."
They give us the wrong thing.
No.
They were They were closed.
Oh, that's right. So they
Yeah.
were closing. So I didn't even get the right new thing. So I started eating it. I'm like, this tastes alright. It's kind of disappointing. I was like, I'm glad I got my dumplings and other shit. I'm like, ooh, this is making my mouth feel weird. I was like,
I didn't even eat one.
I was like, there's something in this I'm allergic to. So I popped Benadryl, right?
Benny's.
I sit on my bed. I'm like, I want to lay down for a little bit. I'm like, I'm not breathing. So I sit back up, and James is like, what are you doing? I'm like, give me a minute. I lay back down. I'm like, I sit back up. He's like, Trey. I'm like, hold on. I'm trying to see if I'm breathing or not. You're like, dude, what?
Yeah.
And so I lay down. I'm like, yeah, I can't breathe when I lay down.
Yeah, I do
What?
remember that.
And
I
then-
do remember you
and
saying
then
that
James is
to
just
my
like-
face.
Jim is just like, are you okay? I'm like, hold
I
that
don't know why I
thought.
asked you that.
And I ran to
Couldn't
the
breathe.
bathroom and violently vomited. And I was like, oh, I can see the Benadryl in there. And so Jim's like, Trey, are you okay? I'm like, hold on. I flush the toilet. I go,
Oh my god. Jeez.
I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, you might have to EpiPen me though. He's like, what? I was like, well, hold on, we gotta go get the RA. He's like, Trey, is this really happening? I was like, oh yeah.
I was very excited. I have to be honest. I was not as nervous as I thought. I really wanted to EpiPen you.
So we go into the RA's room.
I hope the mic picked that up. Because I want that to stay in.
That's why I stopped talking.
Ralph and Clyde had Wendy's, and now they're fighting for the bathroom.
Yo, this nigga in there fucking knees out, bro. Pee, bro. Shit.
Hold on, make us some more wine.
My bad.
Trey, you had to go get the RA.
All right, so so we had to go get the RA. I had my EpiPen in my hand. I'm like, yo, I can do it myself. But Jim, you should probably do it. He's like, are you sure? I was like, I mean, I'll do it if you want me to. He's like, no, I'll do it. But I was like, are you
Really
sure? I was
wanted
like, listen, bro, either you do it, I do it, or I die. It don't matter to me, dog. And so James was like, just give it to me. I was like, all right. So you just gotta hit me right here.
Oh, this was when we had gone into the room already. Let us in. One
Yep.
of the only nights there. Because
Yep.
he was constantly studying to be a doctor.
Yep.
And then he was like, I'm going to call the ambulance and stuff. And he did.
And so Jim goes, I'm gonna count to 3. And he goes, 1, and then stabs me. I'm like, oh, what
He
the fuck?
stabbed you on 3.
No, you didn't. You
Or
didn't
at-
get the 3.
I don't know.
Because I remember, because you were like, well, I thought it would hurt less if I didn't say 3.
That's true.
I'm surprised it's hurt less, you know?
And so the paramedics, EMTs, whatever, they get there. And they're like, oh, yeah, next time go for the top. There's more meat there because these things are long enough to hit bone. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, yeah, they're designed to go through jeans, phones, jeans and phones. They go through fingers. Me and Jim were just like, wait, this could have been far worse than it already was.
I could have fractured your tibia or something.
And then he's like, you don't have any underlying conditions, do you? I was like, no. And I was like, oh, wait, because this was the summer right after I had gotten diagnosed with the bradycardia. I was like, so I have like a low resting heart rate. He's like, oh, is that why like your pulse is low and we think you're dead? I was like, probably. And so we ended up sitting
In
in
the pediatric,
Yep.
because you were too young for the
adult.
adult.
I was
technically.
19.
Yeah. So we went to the pediatric.
There's a bunch of kids there.
A bunch of kids awake at 12 o'clock at night, so no one was happy.
We sat in the pediatric wing of this emergency room for 4.5 hours.
What emergency
Jeez.
room was it?
I can't remember.
Was it LIU?
No.
I feel like that's the closest one.
Yeah, because the one that was like right up the street
wasn't
from, they didn't
close.
take me there.
Yeah, they were like, this will be better for something. I don't know.
Because I remember.
Hope your insurance covered the ambulance.
No.
We'll get to that. So, excuse me, we sit there for 4.5 hours for the doctor to come sit in between me and Jim. He's like, so how you feeling? I was like, tired because we've been here for so long. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. So here's a prescription for a steroid. You don't have to take it, but you probably should just in case. So, you know, in
This
case
was
of
all
any
because
side
the
effects.
EpiPen said to call an ambulance after you did. You felt fine after we EpiPen, mostly because you'd been stabbed in the leg and adrenaline had taken over. But still, I mean,
I genuinely felt perfectly fine. Like, I had a raspy voice, like, for, like, the next day and a half or 2 days. Because my throat was literally closing. But, yeah, we were there for 4.5 hours for me to be given a prescription that I said I didn't necessarily need to take. The doctor's like, all right, you're good to go. And I remember I just looked at Jim. I was like, but he's like, Trey, let's just go. I was like, but we waited all that time. I was like, they asked me if I had AIDS. He's like, Trey, let's just go home. And so we walk out. I'm like, where are we?
yeah, we had no fucking clue where we were.
And he's like, I don't know.
We were in an enclosed ambulance the whole way there, and then we just showed up in a hospital. It told us
Yeah, like,
about
nobody
4 hours ago.
Yeah, nobody told
we don't
us
remember
anything.
where it was.
And both of our phones are almost dead. No, your phone was dead. Mine
Yeah,
was
100%.
dying.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, we got to use the last of my battery to figure out how to get home.
We're in a hospital in New York State. That's it. We got that. We might have gone over a bridge. Who the fuck knows?
And when the GPS finally found us, we were like 15 miles away, right?
No
Yeah,
way.
yeah. We were
Yeah,
somewhere
Where'd you
like.
go?
I can't remember.
15
You might have, did you go to Methodist?
Yes!
Yeah, that was it.
Yes.
Where's Methodist?
It's on 7th Avenue and, like, 6th Street.
Mr. Brooklyn.
That's out of the way, though.
Because LIU's right there.
Yeah.
Dog,
It was.
But they
They-
probably
I
didn't
think
have
it
a
was.
special.
I think it was something also like the emergency wouldn't take, or it was something EMTs would know. Like it was one of those like, oh, this guy's on duty or some shit. Like it wasn't.
So since we're unfamiliar with the area, of course we ended up getting on the train going into the wrong direction. So we ended up waiting another half an hour for the next train to
Good
come.
stuff.
Man, don't you wish Uber was like a full-on thing at that point? Like, it was kind of a thing, but not really.
And so by the time we got back, it was like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then both of us inexplicably woke up at the same time around 9 a.m. And I looked at him, I was like, I can't go back to sleep. And James was like, yeah, I can't either. I was like, dog, this week kind of sucked. He's like,
Which is wild because I wasn't pumped full of epinephrine, so like I was awake.
you were
You were
jacked
awake?
up from Epipenic me.
Yeah,
I
you
was.
were
The
awake.
adrenaline from that was throwing.
I mean, that's
From
how I
the
I
found
was
out that
inside you.
you can't. That's how I found out
Awesome.
that people, like, fuck up, like, stab their thumbs.
Oh yeah,
out.
morons apparently
'Cause you're
take
not
the cap
supposed
off
to-
and like, or like, well, it has to
They,
be
like,
this
hold
other
it with
way.
their thumb
and
on the
then-
top, and they hold it the wrong way.
Yeah. So not only are you dying of anaphylactic shock, you also have a thumb.
But
like,
does it work if you
pierced
hit
through
your thumb?
thing.
Oh yeah, it'll go through. They straight up said it will go through.
The EMTs
thumbs.
were like,
But-
we've had this happen multiple times to people.
Like it will go through your thumb.
And I'm
dog.
like, dead people? Because they died of,
Thumb.
like, well, their thumb is skewered, but, like, that's not the reason they're
and that's
trying
the
to
other thing too. If that
themselves.
shit goes through your thumb, you gotta hold it because you gotta let the epinephrine get into the person.
That's not getting in. It goes through the thumb.
And no, he said the needle still goes through the thumb and into the person's leg.
Which, that's probably why they asked the
Oh, no,
AIDS.
he was saying,
They hold it the
Yes,
wrong
yes,
way,
yes.
and it
But
goes
yes,
up into
but
the
he,
wrong
remember, he was
person's
also
thumb.
telling the story where sometimes people hold it the wrong way and they stab themselves in the thumb. It goes through their thumb and into the
Oh,
leg
yeah,
still.
that's stupid.
Alright, you guys just hold it there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like you
If
literally
I
have
was
to hold
holding
it.
my
They're
thumb,
not
I would not be holding
No,
it.
they're not doing that. There's no way.
But that whole weekend ended with me looking at Jim going, do you want to go to Dunkin' Donuts?
Did we?
Yeah,
Alright,
you were
right.
like, absolutely.
They
So we-
didn't serve you peanuts.
So
That's
we
cool.
walked to Dunkin' Donuts, got our food, and on the way back, I was like, "Yo, Jim, is that Peter Dinklage?" And we looked
It
down
was
this,
Peter Dinklage.
we looked
Yeah,
down
he
this one
lives around
side
there.
street. He was filming a movie, and we saw Peter Dinklage wearing a yarmulke. I was like,
Yeah,
"All right, I guess this weekend wasn't that bad." You're like, "Yeah, that was pretty cool." And we just walked back to the doors.
Peter Dinklage does live around there.
Wait, didn't we meet Michael Cera?
No, I saw him say goodbye to someone once. I was like,
No,
oh, it's
we're-
Michael Cera.
We
A
were
lot of
walking
people
back
live
to
there.
the dorm.
Alexis Bledel
three
lives
of us.
around there. Gilmore Girls lady.
I remember we walked past
She
She
lived
was
by the
always
school.
she was always wearing like sunglasses and like a big babushka as if
Babushka?
yeah I don't know.
Like,
Oh, the one time I saw her, she was just walking.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She lived like where the school was, right?
Yeah.
She had a pit bull.
Oh, damn, we're doxing a lot of people.
it was like right by our school, which we've mentioned by name several times.
Yeah, we should probably bleep.
I saw Paul Giamatti once. That was weird.
Was he
So
blue?
So bleep
No,
out
he was
all
like
names.
red with how drunk he was.
All names that isn't present is gonna get bleeped out.
Yeah, probably should.
Yo, everybody's gonna be like,
Except
what were they
Pete-
talking
Except
about?
Peter thinks
Except Eric, he's a listener, so
Right.
maybe he wants his name on.
I will admit though, I did say his full name on the episode when we first name dropped him. I cut out. I was like, no, let me
That's
not.
fair.
I was like, let me just leave it at Eric.
That's fair.
Oh, I was gonna give him a little promo, but
I mean, that's up to him.
The disposition.
exactly.
Ooh.
That's good.
That's good.
So now we know what this episode is
I mean,
brought
that's
to you
his-
by.
That's his handle. Yeah.
The
he's
disposition.
He's done. He's gone by that since we were in college, bro. No, Dixon.
What?
You don't have to look it up.
This
You were
episode is
telling
brought
me.
to you by the Disposition. It's a dance studio
Yes. Yes.
in Pennsylvania.
Yes. Sweet disposition.
Oh shit!
What?
I only read up to the sweet part.
Wow, that's sweet. Yeah, that's
No, I know it's. It's just S W. Oh, there he is.
No idea.
You
No,
think shit's
And this is why I needed to proofread Dixon's thesis. Because he reads 2 letters of a word, and then it's
That's
like,
it.
I'm done.
I understand.
It's called speed reading.
Yeah.
So it's what I'm told. I don't know.
Are there any other big stories that we're forgetting?
I mean, there's lots, but I think we've
There's
given
many
the people
stories.
enough. To,
How we all met.
We can also tell real stories.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, we did tell a Guardian of Dreams story.
No, we did not tell the Guardian of Dreams
Here we
story.
go.
Do we want to tell that or not?
We also.
Not this one.
Not
On
this
the
one.
next episode.
Find out that Ralph is also the Guardian of Dreams.
Wait, what are we
Oh,
getting
yeah.
real about? I'll get real. What's real?
What's real? That was real.
No, I don't think it was. I think that was fake.
I hallucinated Yu-Gi-Oh with my eyes closed, and James made me a bean burrito.
I remember all of this.
And
Not a
gangrene.
good one,
I
but yeah.
remember all of this. That's
I mean, we spent a lot of time
That's
playing
enough-
Yu-Gi-Oh! in the
that's
library.
yeah, that's for another time.
James made a piece of wood to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! card.
I remember
he
you
folded
folded
it. Yeah.
2 stairs.
Yeah.
I wish I had access to tools like that.
A wood burner and
Carpentry
Wood.
wood.
Wood?
Carpentry tools.
I am using carpentry tools.
Okay, how are you doing that? It's crazy.
A wood burner and 2 kinds of stain.
I like that you said that. Like, okay, big shot. What are you doing?
Okay, okay, dumb fuck.
James
All
is
right,
a big shot.
all right.
All right, dumbass.
He's a farmer.
Again, not at all. No, I would argue none of
His
us are.
occupation is farm.
Imagine you take him away from his current farm and you put him in his own farm. He's like,
I wouldn't want to do
maybe I should do this, and then it's a full-grown farm. It's like,
Yeah,
Full-grown.
we've not gotten to that point yet. No,
Did I ever
we
tell
kill
you
a
guys,
lot of stuff.
Did I ever tell you guys a story of when I was on the same train as Dr. Daney? I had a suitcase full of beer.
No.
Nah.
Well, he probably would have drank some.
Okay, so this was how I learned I lived near Professor Daney. I was on the train home once. I had just had my friend who was older buy me. It was like 2 or 3 cases of Rolling Rock that I had in like a rolling suitcase bag, and so I had it up on the suitcase rack, and the stop right after mine, Professor Daney got on. I was like, oh fuck.
They sending him after me.
And so, like, I remember, like, I tried hiding the whole time, and then, like, as he's getting off the train, he walks by me and waves. I was like, hey, Professor. And so I waited for, like, the whole train car to clear out, and because I wanted to pull off the suitcase, because every time it moves, it fucking rattles, because I have
Yeah.
beer bottles. I was like, I can't let him hear me doing this.
He would have joined you.
But
He was
yeah,
a god among men.
that was how I learned one of my college professors lived 15 minutes away from me, and it scared me.
Oh, Princeton.
Oh, we can find him.
Surprisingly, I never actually ran into him again after that.
That's
Which was
his
which
wife
was-
was Indian.
Yes.
He
I think
talked
she
about
still
that a
is.
lot. Yeah. You never know. She might have
Maybe you
changed.
never seen him because he was avoiding you.
He
That's
was
not
like,
fine with that.
this kid thought I cared about his Rolling Rock. Don't give a shit.
I'm about to get my henny.
That's like water. Rolling Rocks was like water.
Listen, I didn't know better.
We were young and we had no money.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's cheap.
Then we had Natty Light for a while too.
That,
I
I never drank.
No,
I was
no,
PBR.
We were more of a we drank with a mission, and that mission was to get drunk as shit. We were more liquor people.
yeah, that's right. Because I remember IPA.
Hold on, wait.
This natty
One
light shit.
story I want to tell
Uh-oh.
before we end this is that when Gangnam Style came out, the whole year, you guys made me do Gangnam Style.
That's because you were the dance
I
floor.
would've
said-
But-
I would've said do that.
In relation to that, right? Same friend's apartment, who we used to hang out at a lot. He lived on the second floor over a restaurant. And this was right after Gangnam Style came out. We had a party of like 30 people in a studio apartment for Dixon and Clyde's birthday, because their birthdays are a day apart. And there were 30 people in here, and we were drunk, and Gangnam Style came on, and we all did it at once. And then 10 minutes later, the people in the restaurant came upstairs and knocked on our friend's door, and they were like, "What are you doing up here? You just knocked our lights out."
I don't.
Like
did the lights turn off or it came off?
the lights turned off
Oh.
because the bulb got knocked out.
Oh shit.
Damn.
And they were like,
better bulbs.
"Stop it, or
That's
we're
true,
calling the
actually. Yeah, they should've
police."
screwed it
I'm
in
surprised that
properly.
floating came in.
So, you know,
Yeah.
obviously we were like, we're a bunch of 19-year-olds drinking heavily, please don't call the
It's
police.
like we were doing that dance with heels, no toes, bro. It was all heels.
Right, I
Stop.
had real shoes on.
Yeah.
I didn't even have sneakers on. I had these. Oh god.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think they're
like
still.
dress shoes.
Yeah.
With
that
I
was
think
the
they're
best.
still at your house.
That was the menswear phase.
Yeah. I had
Oh.
super
Best
tight
every time.
chinos
Yeah,
where you can see my bulge.
I love that.
Because I remember you would always ask, "Can you see my bulb?"
You did ask that.
I
You
remember
did
all
ask
this.
that.
I was very self-conscious.
And I feel like you wanted us to see it.
Nah, but I didn't. It was just like,
Oh,
everybody has the chinos. I gotta get the chinos. But every time I got the chinos, it was super tight. I was also a size 28 at the time, so it's very.
Did you really like chinos back then?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I remember
Chino boy.
every time you're like, "Yo, I'm super self-conscious. Can you see my bulge?" I'm like, "Dog, I'm not trying to see that."
The answer was yes, though.
I told you straight
the
up.
answer
usually,
was
I
yes.
think.
Yeah, I touched
That's
it.
the first thing I noticed.
I did.
Yeah.
When I met you, the first thing I noticed was your bulge.
Poking that shit out like people.
Hey, listen, you were undoing the stereotypes about Asian men. You're just like, it's out here. And
That's
it's ready
right.
to play.
That's right, baby.
I'm imagining Dixon walking into every room pelvis first.
You're not far off.
He
No.
opens the door with his pelvis.
It's like an extra arm.
The whole year we did Gangnam Style, but I had to start it.
We knocked out the lights at a restaurant.
That
It's
song
like
is still
It
trending.
was like a Greek restaurant.
That's because Psy is
No,
the homie.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Psy is
Was it?
Yeah.
is apparently
Halal.
a cool
It was
dude.
halal.
It was halal.
I remember because I asked Marco, should I go downstairs and get a lamb shawarma from them? And
Have
he
you
was
had it?
like, no, don't do that.
He didn't
No,
recommend
we
it.
used to
Yeah,
go
he,
to
he didn't like it.
We went to
He
the
was
carts
like-
on 86th Street, which
Yeah.
are still there every single day.
Oh, remember when
10 years later.
chicken and rice used to be like $5?
Yep.
Oh,
$6.
Now it's like 12.
Yeah.
yeah.
I kind of want it right now.
It doubled overnight. Look.
It's only 4 blocks away. The same fucking carts.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah, it is.
If things were still the same price as they were when we were in college, we'd be doing
Way better.
great.
You guys
Yeah.
realize that
I
where
feel-
I live now is 2 blocks away from his old apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drive the park near.
2 blocks.
It's weird.
Cars
It's
used
a
to be like
business office
15
now.
grand brand new.
Oh, no, mine's technically the test drive car. I was gonna say that's how much you pay for mine. Technically, it was used. All right, well, I think this is about a good place to start.
Yeah.
You know.
Thanks for joining us as we talked about stuff that most of you weren't here for, but hopefully you found entertaining.
Thank you again to our guest James,
Do it.
Jimbo.
For kind.
See you again in a couple months. We'll do it.
Hopefully sooner.
Yeah.
I didn't like
James
that.
is mercurial. He's hard to pin down.
Yeah,
You know?
just like mercury poisoning.
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
No.
No. But yeah, that's how we all met each other. At least to the degree that we remember how we met each other.
There's a dark story there.
Hope you guys enjoyed our stories. We got lots of them.
Oh, do I?
And that's why we started a podcast, to force you to listen to what we have to say. So you're welcome.
Sounds like we have the audience hostage.
You're gonna listen to this story.
You want to talk some shit?
Peace out, y'all.
Good night.